against a team that gave them a few problems in their regular season matchup. During the Week 4 matchup back on September 26th, the Bronx jumped out to a big halftime lead and then let Kelly Walsh run all over them in the second half. The Bronx will have to defend the funky offense of the Trojans better tonight to advance in these playoffs. For the Bronx, they've had a very balanced offensive attack throughout the regular season. Keegan Rager continues to lead a rushing attack that averages more than 180 yards a game on the ground. And the multiple quarterbacks the Bronx have used this season are producing more than 125 passing yards per game. For the Trojans, they run a very heavy run offense that likes to produce long, sustained drives and keep the ball away from their opponents. The Trojans come in as the second-ranked rushing team in Class 4A. Will the Bronx be able to decipher the Trojan offense? And can the Bronx continue the dominance that they've shown this year? We are about to find out. Coming up here on the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show, we will take a final look at the YO Preps Coaches and Media Poll. We will have Kevin Coyle's weekly history report, and we will run down all of tonight's playoff matchups. We will also hear from head coach Jeff Maury as he breaks down the matchup for us tonight. All that and more coming your way right here on the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show on 1410 KWYO, 106.9 FM, and streaming live at SheridanMedia.com.
Cool evenings mean it's time to get ready for those colder days ahead. How do your corrals look? Farmers Co-op has the panels and other fencing materials to get them fixed. Are your bunks in good shape? Farmers Co-op can help you with those as well. Need to order some livestock vaccines? Yep, Farmers Co-op is the place. Whatever you need to get your place in shape for the cold months ahead, you'll find it at Farmers Co-op, owned by those they serve at 1450 Coffeen Avenue here in Sheridan.
Planning a project that requires block, brick, or stone? You need to contact the folks at Thompson Master Masons. They have the largest selection of brick and stone in town and 39 years of experience behind their work. Chances are, if it can be done, they've done it. Let Thompson's help you choose the best application for your specific project, residential or commercial. Give Thompson Master Masons a call at 672-7971 or stop by their showroom at 135 East 11th Street.
Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing, with offices in Sheridan and Casper, are ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. The Sheridan office of Michael Lansing and Nicole Soto provide competent, local legal services focused on businesses, real estate transactions, estate planning, employee protections, trust litigation, and personal injury. Michael and Nicole will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights and are proud to support all local youth activities.
For 140 years, First Northern Bank has proudly served our Wyoming communities through many chapters of our customers and community stories. We've been here, a neighbor you can count on. Here, you're more than just a number. We're committed to providing exceptional personalized service that fits your needs because at First Northern Bank, you're not just a customer, you're family. Come see why Wyoming has trusted us as your community bank for 140 years. First Northern Bank of Wyoming, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS 402576.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show as the Bronx get ready to take on the Trojans here in the playoffs. Here is a look at the YO Preps Coaches and Media Poll final results for the 25 season. In Class 1A six-man, Little Snake River ran the gauntlet. They remained number one all year long, followed by Encampment, Burlington, Hewlett, and Farson Eden jumps back into the top five in this last poll of the season. In Class 1A nine-man, Pine Bluffs remains number one, where they've been all year, followed by Grable, Big Piney, Rocky Mountain, and now Saratoga leapfrogs Lingle Fort Laramie to jump into the 5 spot. In Class 2A, all 5 teams remain the same. Bighorn has been number one all season long. They remain in that top spot, followed by Mountain View at 2, Thermopolis at 3, Lovell leapfrogs Newcastle for the 4 spot, and Newcastle falls to number 5. In Class 3A, everything remains the same. Star Valley unanimous number 1, followed by Cody at 2, Riverton at 3, followed by Lander, and Jackson rounds out the top 5. And in Class 4A, Sheridan got 17 of the 18 first-place votes. Campbell County is in the 2 hole with 1 first-place vote. East is 3rd, Natrona County 4, and Central is in the 5 spot. That is a look at your YO Preps coaches and media poll for the final poll of this 2025 season. When we return, we will hear from Kevin Coyle. He will run down tonight's Sheridan County History Report. And later on, we will hear from head coach Jeff Maury. He will break down tonight's matchup and how the Broncs will try to improve on the yards after contact stat against these Trojans. All that and more coming up right here on the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show on 1410 KWYO at 106.9 FM.
When the Sheridan Broncs take the field, they bring strength, precision, and pride. At Simply Stone, they bring that same energy into every project, specializing in countertops. Their team fabricates and installs the finest quartz, marble, granite, and porcelain surfaces, turning your home into something truly exceptional. Just like the Broncs, they believe in hard work, dedication, and a rock-solid foundation. Stop by their showroom at 2745 Heartland Drive or visit simplystonewyo.com. Simply Stone, simply the best.
There's just something magical about Christmas at Mystic Tree Farm. Starting November 21st, the greenhouse comes alive with the scent of fresh evergreens, Nordman, Douglas, and Noble Firs, each waiting for that perfect home. We're open Wednesday through Saturday, 11 to 7, and Sunday, 11 to 5, closed Monday, Tuesday, and Thanksgiving. Come wander among the trees and sip a hot drink, nibble on a fresh cookie, and take home a beautiful 18 or 24-inch wreath. And during Sheridan's Christmas stroll, we'll be open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. with chili cookies and holiday charm. Bring the family and make a memory at Mystic Tree Farm, 114 Decker Road, just past North Main Interchange. Find us on Facebook.
Is Wyoming Corporate Office your one-stop shop for everything you need for your Wyoming-based business, LLC, or corporation formulation? Yes. Service of process and mail forwarding services? Indeed. Fulfill the legal requirements for small businesses based in Wyoming? Absolutely. Wyoming Corporate Office provides the communication between your business and the state, so you don't have to. Learn more by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com today.
Hey, Colton, can you believe that the school year is in full swing again?
I can't even believe that I'm not in school anymore. Time really does fly.
Hi, this is Jill Bates.
And Colton Bates.
With the Bates team at Best. And we know time goes by in a hurry and recognize how valuable your time is. That's why we work hard to fit your busy schedule, making moving easier and help you plan the entire process.
We also know that it's not enough just to get the job done as we seek to do the absolute best quality of work for all of our clients.
Let this be the school year where you get everything you want done and more.
Give us a call at 675-BEST and visit bestwy.net.
Range is giving thanks to local businesses that make living here the best. This year, we thank the Sheridan County YMCA, the Hub on Smith, Teriyaki Madness, Java Moon, and the Sheridan Seed Company for all they do. Range is donating to organizations chosen by these businesses to help spread joy and thanks this season. Live your West life. That's the motivation for everything we do at Range. Learn more at range.net/givesthanks.
In a world full of pipes, they existed for over 100 years, getting to the source of humanity's plumbing problems. Now, in a toilet somewhere in the city, a terrible evil has been released. One man, one mission, one chance, and this time, it's for real. For showtimes and plumbing, call A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair, 672-9454.
For Sheridan Media Sports, I'm Kevin Coyle with your Sheridan County High School football history report for the first round of the playoffs of 2025. Information courtesy Wyoming-football.com. For Kelly Walsh at Sheridan, this game kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. Sheridan won the first meeting between the two teams in 1965, while Kelly Walsh got its first win in 1966. Sheridan leads the series 46-21, including the postseason, and has won the last 22 meetings between the two teams, outscoring KW 840-173 in the process, and has won 23 of the last 24. This includes the win earlier this season. The last KW win was the first game of the 2009 season at Sheridan. In postseason matchups, Sheridan leads 6-1. The last time the two teams played each other in the postseason was in the first round of 2023. As far as games at Sheridan go, Sheridan leads 29-9 and has won 14 in a row at home versus KW. The longest win streak versus Kelly Walsh is the current 22-game streak, which started in the 2009 playoff semifinals, while the longest Kelly Walsh win streak versus Sheridan is 6 from 2002 to 2007. Sheridan has shut out KW 7 times, the last coming last year, while Kelly Walsh has shut out Sheridan 7 times, the last in 2006. The largest margin of victory for Sheridan versus Kelly Walsh is 59 in the 2023 quarterfinals, 59 zip, while the largest margin of victory for Kelly Walsh versus Sheridan is 63 in 2004, 63 zip. The most points that Sheridan has scored in a game versus KW is 62 in 2019, 62-14, while the most points that Kelly Walsh has scored in a game versus Sheridan is 63 in 2004, 63 zip. The two teams have gone to overtime once versus each other in 2002, with Sheridan winning that game 27-21. With your Sheridan County High School Football History Report, I'm Kevin Coyle for Sheridan Media Sports.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO sports cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
No shirt, no shoes, no problem. Online banking is fast and convenient with Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. If you have a smartphone, you can do your banking from anywhere, including remote deposit. Just take a picture of your check and send it. It's that easy. And you'll instantly have access to the first $200 available and the rest shortly thereafter. Yep, banking is that easy with remote deposit at Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Hey, thanks to Kevin Coyle for giving us the history report here on Sheridan's game for tonight. The Bronx and Trojans are warming up on Homer Scott Field. Now it's time to take a look at all the first-round matchups here being played tonight, this afternoon and tonight on the turf around the state in Class 1A 6-man. The number 1 seed from the South, Little Snake River, taking on the 4 seed Meeteetse. 2 seed Hewlett taking on 3 seed Farson Eden. 2 seed Encampment against 3 seed Riverside. And 1 seed from the North, Burlington, taking on the 4 seed DuBois. That is Class 1A 6-man. In Class 1A 9-man, first place from the West, Grable will take on the 4 from the East. That's going to be Lusk. 2A East, Saratoga against 3 West, Rocky Mountain. Number 2 seed from the West, Big Piney, taking on the 3 seed from the East, Lingo Fort Laramie. And the 1 seed, Pine Bluffs, taking on the 4 seed, Shoshone. That game played Friday afternoon. In Class 2A, it'll be Mountain View at Glen Rock. That's a 1 versus 4 matchup. Newcastle will play Lovell at Newcastle. Thermopolis will host Burns. And earlier today, Cookeville traveled to play at Bighorn. In Class 3A, all these games are 6 o'clock kickoff except the Star Valley Buffalo game. The number 1 seed Star Valley Braves host the Buffalo Bison. That game was at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Lander will host Jackson. Cody will host Douglas, and Riverton is hosting Green River. And in Class 4A, the Sheridan Bronx are hosting the Kelly Walsh Trojans. The 4 and 5 is Natrona County hosting Cheyenne Central. Cheyenne East is the 3 seed. They host the 6 seed Thunder Basin Bolts. And the 2 seed, the Campbell County Camels, are hosting the 7 seed, the Laramie Plainsmen. All those games are 6 o'clock kickoff tonight. That is a look at the state playoff games around the state for tonight. Coming up here on the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show, we will hear from head coach Jeff Maury on what he thinks about tonight's matchup and how the Bronx need to tackle better to have success on the defensive side of the ball. We will have that interview coming up next right here on the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Get your team together for the Sheridan Rec District's region-wide Winter Shootout Basketball Tournament. All teams have a 3-game guarantee, and games will take place at the Sheridan High School and the Sheridan Junior High School. Divisions are 5th through 8th grade boys and 5th and 6th grade girls. This is a region-wide tournament taking place December 12th through the 14th. It's $250 per team. Register now online at TurningMachine.com. That's TurningMachine.com, or call the Sheridan Rec District at 674-6421.
Looking to jumpstart a high-paying career without a 4-year degree? At Sheridan College, their career and technical education programs offer hands-on training in everything from welding and agriculture to healthcare and advanced manufacturing. Get real-world experience, learn from industry pros, and graduate ready to join the workforce. With small class sizes, one-on-one faculty support, and scholarships, Sheridan College sets you up for success. Visit sheridan.edu/tech to explore programs, request info, and apply today. Sheridan College, your career starts here.
Looking to get rewarded just for spending? With our You Choose Debit Cards reward program, you can earn points every time you swipe. Redeem your points for cash back, gift cards, travel, and more. It's your money. It pays to spend smarter. Enroll today and make your debit card work as hard as you do. Visit Security State Bank today and start earning with You Choose Rewards at no cost to you. Security State Bank, small enough to listen, big enough to help. Member FDIC.
If you have employees coming to stay for an extended time in Sheridan, make them feel at home with a room at the Candlewood Suites. These extended stay rooms feature fully equipped kitchens, including a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding view of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll have more than just a room. They'll feel right at home. Call 307-675-2100.
All right, we're here with Coach Maury on Friday night, and Coach, it's the start of the playoffs, and so it's always an exciting time. Got through the regular season unscathed. I guess record-wise, health-wise, those darn injuries keep biting us, but got through it, and we're now to the postseason.
Yeah, our kids are really excited about the postseason. It's an awesome feat to be able to go undefeated in the regular season. I mean, we've done that a little bit lately, but previous to the last few years, it's few and far between when somebody in 4A goes unscathed throughout the regular season. And so put ourselves in a good position with the number 1 seed to be able to be home for as long as we stay in the playoffs, and that's important to us. But we're really focused on this week right now, not worried about having a home game next week. We got to take care of this game right now.
Obviously, you're pleased with how you guys performed last week against Laramie in the finale of the regular season. Put up some good points on the board and held Laramie in check until, obviously they scored a couple late touchdowns against some of the young guys, but overall pretty happy with how you guys executed last week.
Yeah, I was really pleased with the defense overall. We got the ball in the first quarter and went 3 and out pretty quick, and then punted it to them. And the very first play, defense gets a turnover, gives our offense a short field, and we go get points up. And then they get the ball back again, and they fumble again. We don't get it that time, but then we punt with a great punt return and puts us in another short field. And quickly it was 14-0, and our defense did a tremendous job, I thought, of -1 play keeping the ball in front of them. We gave up one big throw over the top, but other than that, really kept it in front of us. The only other time they scored was when the offense turned it over and gave them a short field. And so got to do the same thing again this week with Kelly Walsh, is give those guys a long field. And our defense is solid, and as long as we keep that big play out of the game for them, I think we're going to be in a good way.
Obviously, practice this week, you really have to focus on the offense that Kelly Walsh runs, because it's so different than what most everybody runs these days, and that the triple option double wing is it's hard to prepare for, really. So how do you go in practice this week and take away what happened in your first contest with them this year and apply it this week?
Yeah, the film work definitely really helps, and getting our defense on the film to prepare for this offense is very, very helpful. You don't see the dotted I or the Maryland I very often with 3 guys in an I formation in the backfield, and then just double tights, wings, and short motions is different than what we do. And so our scout team's done a tremendous job all year, and they emulated it again this week and did a good job. But it's hard to emulate that offense. It's hard to do that if it's not something you do every day. Our guys did their best, and we gave the best reads we could as a scout team, but it'll be different live against these guys. Kelly Walsh has bigger guys, more speed than our scout team does, and they perform and they execute their offense at a better level than our scout team. So it's going to be really important that we took advantage of the film and the scout team looks that we got throughout the week.
So obviously Haig and Feder are pretty good running backs. They were able to, I guess, in the second half of that ballgame, break some big runs on you. How are you preparing defensively with your guys to not allow the yards after contact, I guess.
Yeah, that was a big thing for us the first time we played them. That team broke more tackles against us than any other team. We gave up 97 yards after the initial contact, and we can't do that. We've got to be able to rally the ball and keep it ball in front of us. And what hurt us last time were the big plays. We've got to eliminate those big plays when, we had it bottled up and then he bounced outside and our guys' noses were buried in the inside and we weren't playing our proper positions. We got hurt, and we've got to be disciplined and do that. If we bottle it up on the inside, we've got to be patient on the outside and allow our inside guys to go find the ball. We can't go sticking our nose in there and give up the edge, and that's what happened to us a couple times when we played them the first time. And so just got to be disciplined. In terms of a new scheme and things like that, very similar to what we ran last time. We did a good job when we executed it cleanly, and that's going to be the biggest part of it. Just go execute our scheme correctly.
For us offensively, do you guys do anything different this week than you might have done the first time you played Kelly Walsh? Obviously, you put up a lot of points in the first half, and then the second half we just kind of lulled ourselves down, and the game was maybe a little closer than most people would have thought. So do you try to do something different offensively here in the playoffs? Yeah, we're going to change some things just because of who's been injured and who we still have, and so our offense has changed based on that personnel for sure. The first film gave us ways to attack. I think we saw some things that we've got to exploit again on their defense. Yet at the same time, we got to understand they're going to adjust and try to take away those things that we did have an advantage on. So we've got to be ready to adjust like normal and bounce in and out of our personnels. And one thing I think that we did well last time is we were able to get to the edge a few times, and I'd like to be able to get to the edge again tonight and get that defense to widen out, because similar to their offense, they want to pack the defense in and they want to bottle up the inside run, and so we've got to make them stretch the field horizontally a little bit so we'll have a chance to run the ball vertically, and so we got to do that with some outside run game. Playoffs are a special time. Obviously, a lot of these kids were part of the team a year ago and made the run through Laramie, but now it's their team. Yep. And these seniors, although they've been a part of it, they have to lead everybody through this first round of the playoffs. Yeah, it's exactly right. We have an opportunity, and that's our theme of the week, is we have an opportunity in front of us. And sometimes as coaches we talk about it's not your turn, it's your opportunity, and what are we going to do with it? And that's been a constant message throughout the week. What are we going to do with this opportunity? Because we don't get it every week, and we don't get it every year. And, it seems like to these guys that we get it every year. That's not the case. There's 2 4A teams that have turned in their gear this week, and it's going to be, 4 more again next week. And so we've got to work our tails off and do everything we can to not be one of those 4 teams. You guys at practice this week, it seems like the guys are having a good time. Yep. I know you're preparing. You guys as coaches are doing everything you need to, but the kids are enjoying this time. Yeah, it's critical that, it's high school football, and we take it very seriously, and we take a lot of pride in it. At the end of the day, a lot of guys play high school football, and that's the last football they'll play, and they should have fun with it, just like I had fun with it, and just like the game was meant to be. It's a fun game, and it's not life or death, and it's a great team sport, and they should be out there having fun with their friends, and at the same time continuing to grow and get better as a team. I think just the lightness of the practices goes a long way in just helping them understand, it's important, but we can still have fun while we do it. Absolutely, yeah. It's a game, and at the end of the day, the sun's going to come up tomorrow, no matter what happens, and let's enjoy being around our friends and the guys we've grown up with, and going out and going to battle with our buddies out there, and that's what makes football special, I believe. A couple more tough injuries in the game last week. Lost a couple more seniors, at least for a little bit of time. Yeah. But the good news is you might be getting a couple guys back that were banged up, and they might be ready to go for the playoffs. Yeah, we got back a little bit last week, which was nice. He didn't play much on the offensive end, played more on defense, and hopefully get him a little bit healthier again this week. And Breck Reed continues to make progress, we lost Rudy Green last week to unfortunately a broken collarbone, and he won't be joining us again, which is truly sad with the seniors. He joins too many of the others, in my opinion. But we're getting healthier, but at the end of the season, you're going to have more bruises, you're going to have more bumps, and it's going to be a little bit sore, especially as it gets colder. These guys are sore and their bodies are worn down, and they've played a lot of football already, and we're going to ask a lot of them moving forward. So we've got to take care of our bodies and
and try to make progress when we can.
I think the kids are ready to go, and obviously you coaches have done a good job. Let's get after it tonight. We'll talk to you after the game.
I appreciate it, Shane. Thanks.
It's Wyoming. 1 minute you're melting like ice cream in August, the next you're colder than an ice fisherman's backside in January, and your dog's stolen all the blankets. Luckily, Carl's Heating and Air Conditioning has your backside. Carl knows Wyoming weather better than anyone. Then he'll keep your home comfy whether Brutus gives back those blankets or not. Call Carl's Heating and Air Conditioning today or find us in the Country Bounty Business Directory. Carl, making homes comfortable no matter how moody Wyoming weather gets.
Doug, is your service shop haunted?
Nope, that's just the sound of folks screaming with joy over our tire sale.
Oh yeah, buy 3 tires, get the 4th for $1.
A single $1. That's scarier than my mother-in-law's meatloaf.
And a lot safer.
Don't get caught driving on bald tires this Halloween. Swing into Waring Chevrolet.
Buy 3, get 1 for $1. No tricks, just treats. Waring Chevrolet. Online at WaringSheridan.com.
Leaves crunching, kettles whistling, football helmets colliding, families chattering, the sounds of fall. Hearing loss can be a subtle thief, taking away these precious sounds and others that make our lives so rich. If you think you or a loved one may be struggling, please call our office to schedule your free hearing test and consultation. There is nothing to lose and everything to gain. Let the changing seasons encourage you to make a positive change for better hearing. Call 674-8920 on the web at ebahearing.com or visit on Coffeen Avenue, right next to Sherwin-Williams.
Since 1935, First Federal Bank and Trust has been a cornerstone of Sheridan.
And to celebrate 90 years of community commitment, we're donating $90,000 to 10 nonprofit organizations in Sheridan. Each month through November, we'll honor our legacy of community support by investing in a local nonprofit.
This month, First Federal will award $9,000 to the Hub on Smith.
90 years, $90,000. Community commitment at its finest. Visit efirstfederal.bank. Member FDIC.
I'm Doug Hockett with Stiefel Investments, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Hey, a big thanks to head coach Jeff Maury for sitting down and visiting with us prior to tonight's game. Coming up next, Ryan Parker will join me live right here in the booth. We'll have the starting lineups and the kickoff coming your way right here from Homer Scott Stadium. The kickoff is coming up next. You're listening to the Bronx Pregame Show, sponsored by First Federal Bank and Trust on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Hey, Jill, you hear McDonald's Monopoly is back?
Oh, yeah, my game face is ready. This year, I'm winning big.
Sure you are. Last year, you won fries and bragged for a week.
Hey, fries are priceless, Bob. But this year, I could win a car, a vacation, or even $1 million.
Seriously, all you got to do is peel the game pieces, enter them in the McDonald's app, and see what you could win.
Easy. Eat, peel, win. That's my kind of multitasking.
The Monopoly game at McDonald's. Grab your favorite McDonald's and get peeling. McDonald's, Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette.
This prime Main Street commercial space is ready for your vision. The main floor offers room for 6 to 8 offices or retail spaces already gutted with new electric and top-of-the-line IT wiring. You'll find 2 unfinished bathrooms, a basement with separate entrance, plus a new HVAC unit and a brand new membrane roof. Call me, Christy Kinghorn with Buffalo Realty ERA Power today. See 33 North Main Street at BuffaloRealtyLLC.com.
At First Bank of Wyoming, you will always talk to a real person like me. Hi, my name is Dee Crawford, and our team is here to answer your questions, offer guidance, and provide personalized solutions. Because you deserve a bank that puts you first. Stop by or call us today. First Bank of Wyoming, banking made personal.
First Bank of Wyoming, division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, want to make $50? How about helping a friend make 50 also? It's easy with Camco Federal Credit Union. Just find a friend, connect them with us, and when they open a new checking account and make their first deposit, boom, you both get $50. That's cash in your pocket for sharing the love. So what are you waiting for? Tell your friends, tell your neighbors. Camco Federal Credit Union is where friends mean rewards. Visit your local branch today. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome to Homer Scott Field. First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show is just about to wrap up here, Ryan, and the Bronx are taking the field as we get ready for this opening kickoff of the state playoffs. Bronx all in their gold tonight. Gold jerseys, gold pants, gold helmet with the blue numbers. Boy,
looks sharp.
Savannah Bananas, maybe.
Maybe. kind of looks
they look like they all yellow, all the gold. But anyway, a good contingent of folks here at Homer Scott Field, even though it's a happy Halloween to everyone. Hope you enjoy your trick-or-treating tonight, but join us here as the Bronx get started in the 2025 4A football playoffs as they get ready to take on the Kelly Walsh Trojans. And we are just minutes away from the opening kick. We're going to take a quick timeout for the national anthem. We'll be back to Homer Scott Field. We'll take a look at the starting lineups and more. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO at 106.9 FM.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
Building or remodeling your home or commercial space can be overwhelming. With so many decisions to make, choosing the right contractor matters. At North Country Construction, we believe you deserve a team you can trust. From initial planning and site work to concrete and final touches, we handle the entire process with a decade of quality in the Sheridan area that speaks for itself. When only the best will do, call North Country Construction, 307-461-2896.
One Health in Sheridan provides medical care, mental health, and other support services for the whole family. Our whole person approach serves children, adults, and seniors, and we accept patients with private insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, and no insurance. From childhood immunizations and wellness checks to substance use treatment, visit One Health for same-day availability and an income-based sliding fee. Visit onechc.org/Sheridan for more information.
In a place where honesty and hard work define us, there's a bank that's fully invested in Wyoming. The banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan. We understand that business owners are the backbone of our communities. And whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is Jeff Tomlinson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Homer Scott Field. Shane Parker along with Ryan Parker tonight. Want to thank my crew, Steven Schriffler and Coleman Hanchett. They're going to be bringing you all the live action on the live stream tonight on SheridanMedia.com and our YouTube channel. So please enjoy the live stream as we get ready to go tonight. And Ryan, second time we're seeing Kelly Walsh this year. And you look over there and you're like, what? Is that all? Kelly Walsh is the largest school in the state of Wyoming. More students. They have 21 kids in uniform tonight.
Yeah, I think while they were singing the national anthem, I was counting them, and I think I counted 24 white jerseys, but some of them are just in jerseys.
Yep, some of them are injured there. So
the ones that are actually ready to go, I think you're right, around 21.
Just a difference in philosophies and schools. Obviously, their arts program's really good. Their cheerleaders are strong. Their band is real strong. Their they have.
I think Kelly Walsh won the state marching band competition a couple weeks back.
So not everyone plays football. We get that. But they do the best with what they have. And they gave the Bronx all they wanted in the first meeting this year. 37-20 was the final of that ballgame. The Bronx did jump out to a 31-6 lead in that game, and then in the second half, Kelly Walsh kind of they ran wild. The Bronx forgot about their assignments a little bit, and Kelly Walsh was pretty much able to run the ball right at the Bronx.
Yeah, the Bronx tackling wasn't good. Lots of yards after for that first contact, but with this crazy, weird offense that Kelly Walsh runs, it's tough to see who has the ball, but I expect a totally different game tonight.
The Bronx are going to have to be a lot more sound defensively tonight and really keep those edges protected, because Kelly Walsh, they'll run up the middle and then bounce it outside, and if everyone collapses, they get outside, and then they're off to the races. In the first meeting, the two running backs, Ethan Haig and Ben Fetter, both ran for about 130 yards. And that's the most yards the Bronx have given up all year on the ground. So they have their work cut out for them tonight. But for the Bronx, they are going to be kicking off. This is the first time in a long time that I can remember this year. I think the Bronx have received the ball, the opening kick, maybe 7 times
The
this year.
majority of the season, yeah.
Kelly Walsh won the toss, and they want the ball here to start the game. So for defensively, the Bronx are going to go like this. The two defensive tackles are going to be Brady Hartman and Sam Huffman. Hartman, the 6'1 junior. Huffman, the 6'2 senior. Beck Haswell will start at defensive end. 6'3 senior Owen Matthews will be the other defensive end. He's the 6-foot senior. The linebacking crew are all seniors. Keegan Rager, Blaine Phillips, and William Greer, all 6-footers, all seniors. And your cornerbacks, Noah Newman, a 5'9 senior. Andrew Adams, the 5'10 senior. And the safeties, a 5'11 senior in Cooper Lynn and a 6-foot senior, Gage Rogers. Those are your starting defenders. A good sign for the Bronx. Number 4, Breck Reed did warm up tonight. He is in the starting lineup on offense, so we will see Breck Reed. He hasn't played in 5 weeks. We'll say 4 full weeks anyway. He played in the Kelly Walsh game. That is where he did break his foot. But he has rehabbed that, and he is in uniform tonight. William Greer has it teed up, and he boots this one away, and it's going to be caught at about the 5-yard line, and that's going to be Ethan Haig. He's going to go up the far side and be pushed out of bounds across the 20, about the 23, 24-yard line is where Kelly Walsh will start their first series.
Yeah, I'm sure for Breck, he's really excited to get back on the field, and the coaches are ready to have him back.
Yeah, they are ready to have him back.
You know what? Like Coach said 4 or 5 weeks ago, you don't replace him. You don't replace a player like Breck Reed. And the guys that have played in his absence have done a nice job.
Carter Alvar will be the quarterback for the Trojans, the senior. Dual threat, has 625 throwing yards and 183 rushing yards on the year. He's under center. That double wing T, and the Bronx defense collapses early, and it's going to be a loss of 1 as the handoff was to the second back through Ben Fetter. Fetter comes into the ballgame with 677 yards and 8 touchdowns on the season, but no gain on first down.
Yeah, the Blaine Phillips came from that linebacker position and got the first lick on him, but they forced him kind of back inside. Blaine did a nice job.
So Fetter will bring his troops back to the line of scrimmage. He'll line up under, he's got that, called that Maryland I format in the offense. The back straight through is going to be Ethan Haig. He's going to go right between the tackles, and he will have a couple yards out across the 25 to about the 26 or 27-yard line. It's going to set up third down, and we'll call it 6 for the Trojans after the 4-yard gain. They're on second down.
I think if you're the Bronx defense, this is the type of position you want to keep Kelly Walsh in. You don't want to give him 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. You want to make him, earn that first down, 3rd and long.
So Fetter again, this time he'll have a tight end in. He's going to roll to the near side. He's going to be hit right about the line of scrimmage and forced out of bounds, and the Bronx are going to force a punt right away. Cooper Lynn came up and made the hit, forcing Alvar out of bounds. And here's the first look at the return man. It's going to be Gage Rogers and Breck Reed, both back deep for the Bronx. Ryan, if you remember back in that first matchup with Kelly Walsh, Breck Reed had a 99-yard touchdown run on a kickoff return. Yeah.
Yep.
So the punter is Ethan Leslie. He's had 7 punts this year for a 45.6 average. This one's partially blocked, and the Bronx are going to have great field position at about their own 49-yard line. So partially blocked punt, and the ball rolls just across midfield.
I think Kelly Walsh is okay with that.
And
because they didn't give Breck Reed a chance to return it.
I think it was Tristan Sampson, the senior, who got a hand on it for the Bronx. So the first offensive series here for the Bronx will start at their own 49-yard line.
Don't be surprised if they try to get number 4 involved right away.
Andrew Adams, he'll send William Greer in motion, 3 receivers in the formation. He's going to step right back, and the first pass is going to be to actually, that's Gage Rogers. Gage breaks contain. He's at the 10, the 5, and it's a Sheridan Bronc touchdown. First play from scrimmage, and the Broncs are in the end zone.
Great start. You heard Coach Maury talk about getting out on the edges, so he didn't waste any time in doing it, and nice little dump-off pass by Andrew Adams, and Gage Rogers did the rest.
Almost like a wide receiver screen.
Yeah.
He just went downfield about a yard, caught that pass, and then had great blocking and went the distance.
Great start for the Broncs.
It's a 51-yard touchdown pass. And William Greer is on for the extra point. Snap's good, the hold by Phillips is good, and the kick is up and good. With 10:20 remaining here in the first quarter, it's the Sheridan Broncs 7 and the Kelly Walsh Trojans 0 on the range scoreboard. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
They'll tell you nobody sells campers cheaper than them. Let me tell you, they're wrong. We do. Midway RV in Sheridan has new campers at the lowest prices in the country. Units won't last at these prices. Limited floor plans available, trade-ins welcome, financing ready. Midway has a floor plan for you. Hit the mountain road or back road for less. Stop by our newest showroom on Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan. Visit midwaycampers.com. Lowest prices in the country, right at your fingertips.
This is Jamie Gillenwater with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Well, Ryan, talk about fireworks. Boy, the Broncs, one play, and they went 51 yards for the touchdown as Andrew Adams hits Gage Rogers on the wide receiver screen, and he did the rest himself. Broke a couple tackles and was down that far sideline for 51 yards as the Broncs take the early lead, and William Greer has the ball teed up again at the 40. Back deep for the Trojans will be, it's going to be Ben Fetter and Quinn Alvar. This time it's going to be Fetter from the goal line. And quickly downfield, the Broncs get a great stop on the defensive side. They tackle Fetter just across the 10, maybe to the 12-yard line.
That was Noah Newman, I think, in on that tackle. But I thought that maybe should have been a touchback. It looked like his foot touched down in the end zone, but the referee let it go.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Kelly Walsh at their own 12-yard line. So the Bronc defense has really showed out here early. Kelly Walsh got about 7 yards, make that about 5 yards on their first series before they had to punt. Now Alvar, he'll be in the shotgun, takes the snap himself, and he's going to be wrapped up quickly. That's Blaine Phillips firing through from his defensive spot, going to tackle Alvar for a loss of about 1. Back to the 11-yard line, so a loss on the play as Phillips was able to break through and hit Alvar in the backfield.
Yeah, Blaine did his job and read that key and was able to get right through there.
So this time Alvar brings his troops to the line of scrimmage. He'll go under center with 2 backs lined up in the eye right behind him. This time they pitch it out to Fetter. There's a lot of room along the far side. Fetter going to be run down shy of the 20, but a good gain there on 2nd down.
But he showed a lot of speed right there getting to the outside.
It was blocked well by Kelly Walsh. They were able to get to the edge. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Trojans from the 19-yard line. So Fetter gets his instructions from head coach Randy Roden. They break the huddle. Atnip will be the tight end on the near side. Haig and Fetter in the I formation with Alvar. Carter under center. This time he's going to pitch it. This time Fetter's going to be hit in the backfield and dropped back at the 15-yard line. They might give him the 16 with his forward motion, but it's going to bring up 4th down and about 6 or 7.
Good job by Cooper Lynn.
Cooper came from his safety spot, read that outside pitch, and was able to get there and forced the tackle for the loss. So with 8:16 and counting here in the first quarter, the Bronx lead 7-0 on the Range scoreboard. Reed and Rogers back deep for the Bronx on the punt. Again, the punt is away, and it was almost blocked again. This time it's going to be Reed. Reed from the 42, cuts the seam up inside, now breaks it to the far side of the field. Fetter has a chance. Fetter grabs him and makes the tackle at about the 42-yard line. So a 20-yard return by Breck Reed, but sets up the Bronx in Kelly Walsh territory at about their own, at the KW 42.
If Breck would have had 2 more steps, he was going to be gone.
Actually, they're going to set that ball up at the 41-yard line. So with 7:53, the Bronx offense is back on the field. 3 receivers to the near side and 1 receiver to the far side. Rogers goes in motion. This time, Andrew Adams drops straight back, has a man down the middle of the field. It's going to be Breck Reed caught at the 15 and dives inside to about the 14-yard line, but they're getting Breck Reed involved early here. Big pass play all the way down to the 14-yard line.
Well, we had talked earlier in the week, Shane, that, they wanted to get him involved just so that, he hasn't played in 4.5, 5 weeks. He needs to be able to trust that his foot is okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, it's good to get him involved early and get that confidence. And, knowing Breck, I don't think he, thought that he couldn't go.
7:25 to go here in the first quarter. Sheridan back inside the red zone. Adams this time fakes the jet sweep. Adams is going to be hit in the backfield. Actually, that wasn't Adams. That was Keegan Rager from the Wildcat. He faked to give to Rogers on the jet sweep and kept it himself. And now the Bronx will bring the traditional offense back on the field with Andrew Adams. Braxton Crow to his left, 2 receivers to each side of the formation, and they get Kelly Walsh to jump. That's going to be a 5 more. Dead ball, offsides on the defense. Ryan, Lady Bronx playing in semifinal action tonight over in Thunder Basin. They're going to the 5th set against the Thunder Basin Bolts. Lady Bronx won the first 2 sets. Thunder Basin's come back to win the next 2, so they are going to set number 5 with a chance to qualify for the state tournament.
Very good.
Andrew Adams, this time he's going to roll to the left side. Has a man in the corner of the end zone, just wide for the intended receiver. I think that was Rogers, so it's going to be 3rd down now for the Bronx. 3rd and about 3 or 4. Andrew had a lot of time there, just could not find an open receiver. He put it out there where only Gage could possibly catch it, but it was just wide. This time, Noah Newman, Gage Rogers, and Breck Reed will file to the left side of the formation. Adams will have Braxton Crow in the backfield. And Haswell will be lined up at the tight end spot here on the right. Adams calls for the ball. The give is to Crow. Actually, fakes it to Crow. Good defense in the end zone as Ben Fetter knocked the ball away.
Yeah,
and it will be 4th down for the Bronx, and I think the field goal team will come on.
I think Andrew held on to that just a bit too long because that Breck was open there for just a minute, and Andrew held it just a little bit too long and allowed that defender to get over there and knock it away.
So they'll line this thing up at the 15-yard line. So a 25-yard field goal attempt for William Greer. Snap's good, the hold's good, and Greer's kick is up, and it is perfect. With 6:31 left here in the first quarter, Greer gets the field goal, and the Bronx lead 10-0 on the Range scoreboard. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Friday Night Lights, hard hits, and Sheridan pride. Your Bronx are back on the field. 7P Builders is proud to stand behind our hometown team, supporting the athletes who give it their all every game. Off the field, when it comes to your home, 7P Builders specializes in sidings, decks, and roofs, new builds and remodels, helping families create spaces that last for generations. Call 307-763-3202 to set up your appointment. From the sidelines to your neighborhood, 7P Builders says, go Bronx.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Homer Scott Field. Shane Parker along with Ryan Parker bringing you live Bronc football here in the 4A playoffs as we are in the quarterfinal round. We'll try to keep you up to date on all the other scores going on around the state. At our next break, we will pass along some of the scores that happened earlier this afternoon in the lower divisions. All 4A playoff games kicked off at 6 o'clock tonight. So 6:31 left here in the first quarter. The Broncs leading 10-0 on the range scoreboard. Greer's kick is end over end, and it's going to bounce at about the 1, be picked up there by Alvar. Alvar, he gets down the far sideline before he run out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. So Kelly Walsh will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25 with 6:23 to go here in the first quarter. Carter Alvar, again, 39 of 71 coming into this ballgame for 625 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's thrown 4 interceptions this year. He's carried the ball for 183 yards. This time it's the second back through. He's going to be stood up right at the line of scrimmage. They might give him 2 yards on the carry. I think coming off the bottom of the pile was Ben Fetter. I think Huffman was in on the tackle there along with Keegan Rager coming off the bottom of the pile. And now we've got a whistle and a timeout by Kelly Walsh. So Kelly Walsh wants to talk about this after the 1-yard gain. We'll just keep it right here. Do want to remind everyone the Bighorn Rams played earlier today in the 2A playoffs, and they were able to easily defeat their first-round opponent, the Cokeville Panthers. Made the long trip to Bighorn. Bighorn won that thing 31-0 this afternoon out at Bighorn High School. So Bighorn advances. I think that was their 20th or 21st consecutive win for the Rams.
Oh, good.
And they have advanced to the state semifinals, which will be next week in Bighorn as well.
And do we know who they might play? The winner of Thermopolis and Burns.
Yep, so that game hadn't final. I think that's an evening game over there
I
in
believe you're
Thermopolis. Right. So try to keep you updated on the 5th set of the Bighorn or the the Sheridan Lady Broncs. We got all these volleyball teams playing this weekend as well. The Bighorn Lady Rams are hosting the 2A East Regional, and they're probably about ready. They play the Bighorn Lady Rams play at 6:30 tonight
against Sundance, I do believe.
I think they play Pine Bluffs.
Oh, maybe that's right.
Yeah.
Tongue River plays Sundance.
Yeah. So 6:03 remaining here in the first quarter after the timeout. 2nd down and 9 for the Trojans. I formation. Alvar fakes to the second back through. Now has a man, overthrows Logan Atnip at about the first down marker, the 35, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. Logan Atnip, 6'5", 205 tight end.
Right. How do you overthrow that guy?
You overthrew him
by a
wide margin.
Yeah, and he was wide open too.
So the Broncs defense holds. It's 3rd down and 9 now for the Trojans, and this is where you want to put the Trojans. You don't want them in that 3rd and short. You'd really want 3rd and long, and the Broncs have done a good job here in the first quarter of forcing the 3rd down and long. This time, Fetter goes in motion. They have a man out on the wide, and it's going to be incomplete. Alvar's pass was really wide of Parker Gilbert. The receiver had broken away from the defender, but Alvar's throw was wide, and it'll be 4th down and 9 for the Trojans, and they're going to have to punt the ball away again. Ethan Leslie again on for the punt, and again back deep for the Broncs will be Reed and Rogers. See if Leslie, the Broncs have done a good job getting pressure on him. This time he does get the punt away, and it's going to fly out of bounds. The Broncs, that's going to be a short punt. The Broncs are going to have that well into their Kelly Walsh territory, probably around the 45 or 40-yard line.
Oh, my.
Actually, it's going to be inside that. The 36-yard line is where the Bronx will take over. So a shanked punt by Leslie, and the Bronx are set up with great field position.
Bronx are doing a nice job on special teams by pressuring that kicker. So, but he definitely, from our vantage point, I thought it was going to be like around the 45 or 40, but.
Sladen Bodanovich will be the receiver to the far side. Colton Phillip, Haswell, and Rogers. Phillips going to go in motion. Now he'll come back to the right side. Phillips with the pass makes the completion, and going to be short yardage. There is a flag down on the play as well. Ball was caught by Braxton Crow out of the backfield.
He did a nice job of bounding. I mean, that should have been a
tackle for
loss, but he bounced right off that initial contact and maybe got a yard, but let's see what the flag is. Looks like it's going to be against the Bronx.
Let's see, the officials got a holding on the Bronx, so that'll back them up. So that'll back them up to the 46-yard line. So it'll be first down and 20 now for the Bronx. Liam Weber will be the receiver to the near side. Two receivers to that far side, with Blaine Phillips in at quarterback for the Bronx. 5:26 to go on the range scoreboard. Crow comes in motion. Now Greer, the swing pass out to him. He's got back to the original line of scrimmage and a little bit more on first down, out across the 35 down to about the 33-yard line. So a good pickup there on first down, about, 13 yards.
Yeah, got all that penalty yardage back, so that's good.
Yeah, so William Greer, I think that might be his first catch of the year out of the backfield. So we approach 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The Bronx leading 10-0 on the range scoreboard. Blaine Phillips again at quarterback, calls for the ball, fakes the handoff. Another wide receiver screen. This time it's to Gage Rogers. He gives a stiff arm. He's down the near sideline and be run out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. And boy, he took a hard hit. He's a little bit slow getting up, but it looks like he's going to be okay. No flag. It looked like it could have been a horse collar tackle.
Yeah, he let go of it, but that was a great stiff arm by Gage, though, to get that extra yardage.
So the Bronx will have it first and 10 now as they approach the red zone at the 22-yard line. Phillips, now he's going to send Breck Reed in motion. They fake it to him. Now Phillips takes the ball to about the 20 before he stood up.
Gain of about 2 on the play.
So Blaine gets him a couple down to the red zone 20-yard line. .443 to go here in the first quarter. Phillips again. Actually, it's going to be Keegan Rager. He'll be the running the quarterback spot right now for the Bronx. Two receivers to the far side. Keegan's going to bring Breck Reed in motion. And they give it to him, and the ball is going to be, let's see, there was a fumble.
And Kelly Walsh,
I think Kelly Walsh came up with the loose ball. They did.
I don't know if that was just a mix-up on the handoff.
It was indecisive on if he was going to pull it from Breck Reed.
Right.
The defender got there right about the same time and forced that fumble. And that's the first mistake of the ballgame for the Bronx. They turn it over to Kelly Walsh with 4:21 left here in the first quarter. So the Kelly Walsh offense comes back out on the field. Carter Alvar, the quarterback, brings his troops to the line. Alvar sends a man in motion, and it's to the first man through. I think that's Haig. Haig's going to be across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. So a pickup of about 4 or 5 yards there on first down for Kelly Walsh. So Ethan Haig, he came into tonight's ballgame, 82 carries on the year for 536 yards and 3 touchdowns, averages 6.5 yards a carry. Ryan, that 5th set, Thunder Basin against the Sheridan Lady Bronc volleyball tied at 10 in the 5th set.
Oh boy.
So it's going to come down to the wire there. Again, split back formation. Carter's going to send Fetter in motion, give it to the first guy through, and the Bronc defense read that, stood him up.
They still haven't blown it dead.
Wow, that forward motion was stopped for a good 3 or 4 seconds.
Wow.
But Haig, it was Alvar. He kept that ball that time. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 1.
Good job by Kelly Walsh playing till the whistle.
So 3rd and 1. And Alvar, with a little bit of a limp, comes back to the huddle for the Trojans. He ran hard that time. He's going to go under center again with that split back. Haig and Fetter with Atnip, the tight end. This time it's going to be the second back through. He'll have enough for the first down, as I think it's going to be Fetter, the first guy through with the ball. No, it was Haig across the 40 to the 42-yard line. So Kelly Walsh picks up a first down with 2:38 to go here in the first quarter. The Broncs leading 10-0 on the Range scoreboard.
You know, the Broncs don't turn it over very often, but let's see if Kelly Walsh can take advantage.
That's just the 6th turnover of the year for the Broncs.
Oh, boy.
Fetter, again, the first guy through, and a good tackle there by the Broncs. I think that was Braxton Crow who came up to make the initial hit. Just a yard gain there on, actually, we'll give him 1.5 yards. So we go under 2 minutes to play here in the first. So Alvar comes from the sidelines with the play call from his head coach, Randy Roden. This tight offensive formation, boy, you got to keep your eyes up because you don't know who's coming out with the ball. This time it's a pitch to Fetter. Fetter hits the edge. He's going to hit midfield and be dropped right at the midfield stripe. So that'll be 3rd and a couple now for the Trojans. Now under a minute to play. Alvar crouches down below, gives it to the second man through. That's going to be Fetter. He's going to be into Bronc territory down to the 44. That'll be enough for another Kelly Walsh first down. The clock will stop while they set the chains. Now they're winding it again. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Kelly Walsh at the Bronc 46-yard line. Alvar, this time it's to Fetter. He'll go to the right side. Bronx defense swarms, tackles him, no gain on the play. So that could be the last play of the first quarter, and it will be. At the end of the first quarter, it's the Sheridan Broncs 10, Kelly Walsh nothing. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO 106.9 FM and streaming live at SheridanMedia.com.
It's hunting season, and Farmers Co-op is ready to make your hunting trip a whole lot better. They have propane for your RV and hunting camp bottles, ethanol-free premium fuel for your ATV, certified weed-free hay bales or cubes for your horses, and don't forget snacks, drinks, and ice for yourself from their fully stocked convenience store. Stop in before you head out on your hunt at Farmers Co-op, owned by those they serve, 1450 Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Sheridan High School. As we go to the second quarter, the Bronx leading 10-0 on the range scoreboard. It'll be Kelly Walsh ball into Sheridan territory, second down and about 12 or 13.
I think during the first quarter, Sheridan did a pretty good job of containing the running game, but Kelly Walsh is doing a nice job of not going down on first contact.
Well, after the Sheridan fumble there, they've ran off, I don't know, what is it, 6 or 7 plays in a row where they've gained positive yardage. So again, that tight bunch offensive line, Alvar comes up, fakes it to the second guy, now throws the ball downfield, and he throws over the head of his intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down and 12 for the Trojans.
And like we've talked about earlier in that first quarter, this is where you want to have Kelly Walsh behind the sticks.
Third down and 12 now for the Trojans. And Atnip is going to check out, and Bo Keller comes out as well. This is definitely passing territory for the Trojans.
And possibly 4 down territory.
They're going to split Parker Gilbert wide to the left side. And they're going to send Feder in motion. Atnip, ball, passed, caught. Actually, they're going to say it's incomplete. It hit the ground. The ball was intended for Gilbert, but it'll bring up fourth down and 12. So now the punting team will come on for Kelly Walsh. .11:51, there's the snap for the punt. Tristan Sampson almost got to it again. This time it's going to be Breck Reed. He'll catch it at the 10. He's going to get room down the far side, cut it up the middle, and be tripped up at the 25. And a late flag comes in as well. There's a flag laying at about the 29. Actually, they're going to toss it back to the 24-yard line. So I don't know if there's a hold
Probably
or a
get a
block
hold
in the
right
back.
there.
Ryan, the Lady Bronx lost the fifth set 17-15, so they'll fall into the loser's bracket.
But they can still make the state tournament, correct?
Yes, they sure can. They'll have to, I think they'll play Cheyenne Central tomorrow morning for the right to go to the state tournament.
And I think that they split with Central during the regular season.
So it will be on the Bronx. That'll back up the Bronx, I do believe. The official comes over, and an illegal block in the back by the Bronx. That'll move the ball back to about the 14-yard line. So the Bronx will start deep in their own end with 11:39 to go here in the first half. Bronx leading 10-0 on the range scoreboard. Phillips takes the snap and the give straight ahead. Is that going to be Rager? He'll be across the 15 to about the 16-yard line. Gain of a couple there for the Bronx. Class 4A scores coming in. Campbell County leading Laramie 3-0. Thunder Basin and Cheyenne East tied at 7 in the first quarter as well.
Oh, boy.
No score in yet from Central and Natrona. Blaine Phillips will have Crow on one side. He'll be the up back. Rager will be the The other back lined up to the left side. Now they both go to tight end spots, and now the Bronx are going to have to call a timeout. They weren't quite sure what they were doing. We'll take timeout as well. When we come back, it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Bronx. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Have you been to the showroom at Thompson Master Masons? If you're thinking about doing a masonry project, you need to stop by and check it out. Thompson's is located on the corner of Broadway and 11th in Sheridan with a showroom full of brick and stone samples. They offer both man-made and natural stone. As a matter of fact, Thompson Master Masons has the widest selection of stone, block, and brick in town. Wholesale or retail, contact Thompson Master Masons.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Homer Scott Field. Shane and Ryan Parker bringing you live Bronx football here in the 4A playoffs. Quarterfinal action as the Bronx, the number 1 seed, take on the 8 seed Kelly Walsh Trojans here from Scott Field. 2nd down, and we'll call it 7, I guess, for the Bronx. Blaine Phillips will send 3 receivers to the near side and 1 to the far side. He's going to send Colton Phillip in motion across the formation. Have a man, that's going to be Breck Reed. He'll catch it, make a man miss at the 15, a face mask, and now Reed's off to the races. He's down the sideline.
No one's going to catch
40,
him.
The 30, and he's going to score. Breck Reed.
We got another flag down.
There's 4 flags on the field. There's 1 laying at the 20, the 25, and then 2 at the 45-yard line. So this one's probably coming back. It's probably going to be offsetting
I would
penalties.
think, because he definitely got a face mask on K-Dub. But then I think we got holding down here at the 45.
Unless both of those are I'm not sure why the official's picking up the other flag.
Then he just dropped one there.
We definitely have a face mask on Kelly Walsh now, but I wonder if there was an illegal block or something down here. If it will offset and we'll just redo everything here.
The officials explaining it to Coach Maury down here on the sideline.
So here comes the official call. We have a personal foul, face mask against the defense, and a hold on the Bronx. Penalties offset, we'll redo it.
Wow. Okay. But nice play design and good running by Breck.
There's still a flag laying at the 20-yard line there. Yeah, now the official's going to pick it up. So we'll just replay. That play really never happened.
Right.
This time Noah Newman will be the receiver. I think he's going to split to the far side of the field. Haswell and Rogers here to the near side. Keegan Rager will be lined up to the right side of Blaine Phillips in the pistol. Phillips calls for the ball, looks inside, has a man. Haswell's going to be hit and dropped, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down now for the Bronx. Boy, he missed the inside receiver that time. Breck Reed was wide open.
Right. And if he would have hit that, it was off to the races.
Again, 10:35 to go here in the first half. Sheridan leading 10-0 on the range scoreboard. 3rd down and 7, we'll call it. As Blaine Phillips gets the signals in from the coaching staff.
We haven't seen much of a run game from the Bronx
tonight.
Not
at all tonight.
And they always claim that they're a run-first team, so let's see.
This time Crow will go in motion. Phillips drops straight back. He's under pressure, and he's going to be dropped. Boy, I don't know if they were trying to set up the screenplay, but there was nothing there for the Bronx. And boy, not a good offensive series for the Bronx that time. It'll be 4th down and 9, and they're going to have to pump the ball away. Liam Weber's going to stand. He'll receive this at about his own goal line. And Kelly Walsh just keeps playing hard.
Let's see if Mr. Weber here can flip the field for the Bronx.
Good snap. Weber's punt is away, and it's not a good one. It will land at about Kelly Walsh is going to take over at about the 35 or 34-yard line. of Sheridan. So
yeah, not a very good punt.
And sets up Kelly Walsh with great field position.
Kelly's just going to keep hanging around and hanging around.
They're going to put, looks like they spotted the ball just over the 34. And now, okay, now they moved it back. Yeah, it's right at the 34-yard line. Alvar with the split backs behind him. And now,
what do we got to whistle for? Oh, they're sending, someone's got to come out the field.
Haswell has to come off. I don't know if his mouthpiece is broken or what the deal is here. Alvar, he'll bring Fetter in motion, give it to the first guy through. That's going to be Haig. Haig will be dropped at about the 30-yard line, maybe the 31.
Good job by the defensive line right there. Only give up a couple yards.
They're going to spot it down to about the 31-yard line and pick up 3 yards there on first down.
I think they sent Haswell off because his knees were uncovered.
Oh, that could be.
He's fixing his knee pads over there.
So 9:15 to go here in the first half. Kelly Walsh, 2nd down and 7. Now they're in the straight I formation. They're going to send Alvar in motion. Give it to the second man through. That's Fetter. He's going to be dropped. Nice job by Braxton Crow. Huffman also there for the Bronx defensively. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Defensively, the Bronx just they really have to read their keys and keep their eyes open because you don't know who has the ball. I mean, there's 3 or 4 different options every snap of the play.
Yep.
And the splits are so tight. Alvar under center. This time he's going to roll back, throw it to a man. It's going to be Atnip. He's going to be hit and incomplete off his hands. Good defense there by the Bronx. That was Keegan Rager. Atnip tipped it up and had a chance to try to go get it off the tip, but
I think it's 4 down territory if you're K-Dub.
Absolutely. Rager did a nice job. Are they going to bring Ethan? They're going to bring the field goal kicker in here. Ethan Leslie has kicked 5 of 7 field goals as long as 45. This will be a 48-yard field goal.
Yep, kicking it from the 38.
Spot it down. The kick is up, and it's going to be wide and a short, actually, as well.
Yeah.
So no good on the field goal attempt from 48 yards, and the Bronx turnover does not come back to bite them. And now the Bronx will take over at the 20-yard line. So 8:12 to go here in the first half. The Bronx come back out on offense. It looks like it'll be Andrew Adams this time at the quarterback spot for the Bronx. And the give inside is going to be Rager. Rager breaks a tackle. He's at the 30, 35, and wrestled down across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. So a 22-yard run, maybe 23 out to the 43. Nice run by Keegan Rager. Really just the 3rd running attempt of the ball game.
Yeah, that was what the Bronx do. So we just talked about it in that last sequence that they haven't run the ball much. So that was good to see.
First and 10, ball out to the 43-yard line. This time it's going to be Haswell. Haswell, the snap receiver. There's a flag down. It's going to be an illegal motion of some sort. Haswell brought well into Kelly Walsh territory inside the 30-yard line, but it's going to come back.
Man, the Bronx, that's 3 or 4 penalties.
These pre-snap penalties, and that one happened right at the snap. Must have had some guy that didn't get fully set or somebody still in motion at the snap of the ball. The play worked well.
Yeah.
Haswell got great yardage. Illegal formation on the Bronx.
Too many guys in the backfield. Someone didn't get up on the line of scrimmage.
So that'll back him up 5. First down and 15. Ball back to the 38-yard line. Andrew Adams back in at quarterback with Keegan Rager lined up beside him. Liam Weber and Gage Rogers, the receivers, to the near side of the field. Adams scans the field, calls for the ball, and gives it off to Rager. Rager makes one man miss. He's across the 40, stiff arms, and made it across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Good yardage there on first down again after the penalty.
Yeah, you bet. Be about 2nd and 6.
So about 9 yards there on first down for Keegan Rager. He's running the ball hard as we approach 7:15 left here in the first half. Playoff football, you never know what's going to happen. Boy, you got to come to play.
Well, everybody starts with a 0-0 record, so.
Yeah. Adams, again with Rager in the backfield, calls for the ball. This time he gives it to Rager again. Rager has enough for the first down. Out to about down to the Kelly Walsh 44-yard line. But good hard-nosed running there by Keegan Rager.
They're going to mark it at the 46.
Okay, down to the 46-yard line. Torrey Phillips and Gage Rogers will be the receivers to the far side of the field. Liam Weber here to the near side. Adams again with Rager in the backfield. And this time they get Kelly Walsh to jump again as Gilliam comes across from his nose guard spot. Slaps himself in the head a couple times. And that will move the ball down to the 41-yard line of Kelly Walsh. 1st and 5 now for the Bronx.
Let's see if the Bronx can punch one in here.
Weber, Bodanovich, and Phillips, the receivers here in the formation. William Greer will be the blocking back, and now we've got a whistle, and I'm not sure what they're stopping play here for a second. The officials get together and I think they're checking to see if it's still first down, but it was first down and then there was the penalty, so it is still first down. It's just a 1st and 5 with 6:38 remaining here in the first half. Adams with Rager lined up to his right side. Calls for the ball, the high snap, throws off the timing a bit. Rager across the 40 down to about the 38-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 2 or 3 for the Bronx. I think Ethan Haig in on the tackle for Kelly Walsh. But good hard-nosed running there by Keegan Rager. He's just putting his foot in the ground and digging for yards.
I'm amazed at his vision. Well, he finds those cutback lanes and is able, about the time you think that he's stopped, he just plants that foot and cuts back.
So now there's 2 receivers in the formation. It looks like another run. It will be the ball given straight ahead again to Rager. He'll have enough for the first down. As he falls inside the 35 down to the 34. And just good hard-nosed running, boy.
Well, that's what Keegan does.
Yeah, they're just keeping the ball on the ground, keeping it away from the Kelly Walsh offense. And Rager's finally going to get a break here. Breck Reed will check back in. He'll go to the far side of the field. Haswell will come in at that wildcat back spot. And the blocking back is Greer. Braxton Crow also in at one spot. They'll send him in motion. And Haswell's going to follow him in the hole inside the 30 down to about the 29-yard line. A good pickup on first down for Haswell. Good to see him healthy again. That ankle's feeling better. So you get good push off and drive from Haswell.
Don't count out him throwing the ball. We've seen that as well.
Well, he's 3 of 4 on the year for 129 yards and 3 touchdowns. So all 3 completions this year have gone for TDs. Haswell, this time he's going to follow into the hole again. Being patient, going to be down inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. That's another Bronc first down. Gang tackled there by the Trojans.
Good hard run there by Beck.
And a whole slew of substitutions back in for the Broncs. Bodanovich and Rager, Torrey Phillips all back into the ballgame, and Andrew Adams back in at the quarterback spot. Boy, the Broncs have to be so hard to prepare for because they use so many people.
Right.
Different people in different spots, you know?
Well, we've talked about it before, you know. We can't really call it a quarterback with this Broncs offense that they're running. We just got to call it the snap receiver.
So Adams, 3 receivers in the formation, calls for the ball, has a man, throws wide of Torrey Phillips, and it'll be second down. Boy, Phillips was open at about the 15-yard line, but just threw wide and falls incomplete with 4:05 to go here in the first half. Broncs looking for their second touchdown of the ball game as they approach the red zone here. Ball placed at the 22-yard line.
This hard-nosed Kelly Walsh defense, man, they've kept the Broncs at bay here in the second quarter. Well, in most of the first quarter.
And Adams, again, this time fakes, has a man down the middle. It's going to be incomplete, but flags all over the place as Breck Reed got shoved to the ground before the ball got there by Ben Fetter, and that'll be half the distance to the goal on the 15-yard pass interference penalty. Yeah, Breck was open, and then he just got shoved from behind.
Boy, and the official on this, the back judge called it, which is great because it's right there in front of him, but the official on this near sideline, man, he launched his flag about 30 yards out to the I don't know if he just wanted to get involved or what, but they've always said if you see it, throw it.
So that'll spot the ball at the 11. The Broncs knocking on the door here.
So they can still get a first down without getting a touchdown.
Yep. With 4:01 left here in the first, the Broncs trying to add to their lead. Adams will have Breck Reed to the near side. Rager lined up in the backfield in the pistol. Adams, the give to Rager, cuts inside, and a slew of tacklers there for Kelly Walsh. Bo Keller and Haswell were locked up they were blocking each other well after the play was over, but no flags. Second down and 7 for the Broncs after the 3-yard carry by Rager. Ball placed at about the 8-yard line. Adams this time will have 4 receivers, 2 split to each side. Haswell's in the slot to the near side. Rager lined up to the left side. They're going to bring a man in motion. Adams cuts it to the 5. He's inside the 5. They're pushing him towards the goal line, and now a flag comes in from the behind. They're probably going to get a hold on the back side of that.
Boy.
Andrew Adams got down to about the 1-yard line.
Which should have been enough for a first down, but let's see what this flag is. Came from the white hat, so.
On the very back side of the offense.
Yeah, backing him up.
Holding on the Bronc offense. That'll make it second down and plus yardage. Now clear back to about the 18.
Man, penalties.
Penalties have hurt the Broncs here in the first half for
situations.
So second down and 18 for the Broncs. 4 receivers in the formation. Andrew Adams calls for the ball. He's going to roll to the near side. Looking downfield into the corner of the end zone. Just over the head of Breck Reed. Breck had gotten open as he crossed the goal line, but it was over his head. It'll bring up third down for the Broncs. with 2:55 to go here in the first half. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, James Timberlake will have the Powderhorn halftime report coming your way. He'll try to get you caught up on all these first-round playoffs. Adams, again, 4 receivers with Rager in the backfield. Kelly Walsh almost jumped into the neutral zone again, but they stay put. Now Adams calls for the ball, looking downfield, has to avoid one guy, steps up, and it's incomplete in the end zone again, and it'll bring up 4th down for the Bronx. And it looks like they're going to try to kick another field goal. As William Greer comes back out. His long this year is a 42-yarder. This ball will be spotted down at about the 25, so this will be a 35-yard attempt. As Greer will come out and try this field goal from 35 yards. Greer's kick is on its way, and it is good.
Yeah, nice.
With 2:47 left here in the first half, Greer with his second field goal of the game, 35-yarder, makes it the Bronx 13 and Kelly Walsh 0. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing, with offices in Sheridan and Casper, are ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. The Sheridan office of Michael Lansing and Nicole Soto provide competent local legal services focused on businesses, real estate transactions, estate planning, employee protections, trust litigation, and personal injury. Michael and Nicole will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights and are proud to support all local youth activities.
This is Patrick Johnson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Bronx Football here on 1410 KWYO, 106.9 FM, and streaming live at SheridanMedia.com. 13-0 Bronx with the lead as we approach halftime. 2:47 left here in the first half. William Greer's 35-yard field goal was good, and he'll now tee it up at the 40, ready to kick the ball back to the Trojans. The Bronx will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, let's see if they can come up with a quick 3 and out and get the ball back and maybe steal a possession, put some points on the board before halftime.
They do have 2 timeouts left here. Greer, this kick is deep, but it'll be taken at the 6. It'll be Alvar across the 20, the 25, and swarmed under right about the 26 or 27-yard line. So Kelly Walsh will have 2:41 left here with 2 timeouts in their pocket. Ryan, the Bronx defense has done a nice job tonight. But the offense has sputtered. Penalties have hurt the offense.
Yep. Like I just said a little bit ago, the penalties are coming at crucial times. Touchdown called back. Yep. Would have had a first down here at the 1-yard line. So crucial times when the Bronx are, not disciplined.
So Alvar will line up in the pistol this time. He'll send 4 receivers in the formation. This is something you don't see out of Kelly Walsh very much.
What the heck?
Alvar, now he's going to take off with it, and he's going to be swarmed under. Nice job by the D-line.
Bronx were ready for that.
They stayed home. You don't ever see 4 wide from Kelly Walsh.
That was a design quarterback draw, and the Bronx did not bite on it.
And I think a loss of 1 on the play back to the 26-yard line. So a loss of 1 makes it 2nd down and 11. Alvar lets the clock run down to 2:10 left here in the first half. Again, 4 wide with a running back. That's Haig lined up next to him. This time Alvar has a man. It's incomplete. Right through the hands of the would-be receiver, Caden likewise.
I think Breck Reed might have got his hands on it, too. They've got Breck out there playing some defense now.
So it'll bring up 3rd down and 11. If the Bronx can get a stop here, use a timeout, and get the ball back with just under 2 minutes left.
Yeah, that's plenty of time for this offense to score.
So Kelly Walsh will have it 3rd down and 11 now.
It's Kelly Walsh throwing the ball. It's stopping the clock if it's incomplete. So
Alvar will have Haig lined up to his right side in the pistol. Again, 4 receivers in the formation. Alvar looks, he's chased out of the pocket. He's going to have enough for the first down just by running it.
Wow.
Yeah, the Bronx defense didn't contain on that outside. And actually, I think
he's going to be short.
He's going to be short by about a yard. Oh, no.
What are you doing, chain guys?
Yep.
Yeah, they got to get the chains figured out.
154 left here. They might have to measure. So the officials have got together. And I don't know what they've decided here.
Are we going to bring the chains out?
There. Now, so it will be 4th and 1, it looks like.
Right. I think there was a discussion because those chains moved. Then they had to try to put them back.
Yep.
So I think that they were just discussing making sure that they were in the right spot.
So it'll be 4th down and 1 for Kelly Walsh. And it looks like they'll go for it here on the Bronx 36-yard.
Let's see if this defense can get a big stop.
At their own 36-yard line. So the Bronx defense needs to get a stop here.
This is where Kelly usually excels. They're just going to be touching ankles on that offensive line.
Crowd that line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Now Alvar looks to the side, and Kelly Walsh is going to call a timeout. They were trying to get the Bronx to jump.
Yep.
So with 1:54 left here in the first half, Kelly Walsh calls timeout. We'll take timeout as well. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
This year, First Northern Bank of Wyoming is celebrating an incredible milestone. 140 years of serving our Wyoming communities. For generations, we've been with our customers through every season of life, helping families, ranchers, and businesses thrive. From local lending to personalized service, we're proud to be your community bank and trusted partner. Whether you're starting your first loan or account, growing your business, or buying your dream home, we're here for you. First Northern Bank of Wyoming, proudly serving Wyoming communities for 140 years. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 402576.
This is Mariah with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Homer Scott Field. 4th down and a yard for Kelly Walsh coming out of the timeout. And I don't see number 8, Ethan Leslie, coming on the field. So that means that Kelly Walsh will most likely go for this unless Alvar can pooch punt things if so needed. Alvar's going to go under center. That Bronx defense has bowed their necks before. They turn, give it to Haig. Haig's going to have enough for the first down out across the 40 to about the 42 or 43 yard line. So Kelly Walsh gets the first down. New set of downs out to the Trojan 44-yard line. So the Bronx had all gathered inside. They pitched the ball outside to Haig.
And Haig has a little bit of speed. He hit that corner and definitely, it was a nice play call by Randy Roden.
Last update, Sheridan, obviously Campbell County leading Laramie 3-0 in the second quarter. Thunder Basin and East were tied at 7 in the second, and Natrona County was leading Central 7-0. Bronx defense swarms on this handoff, and quickly the clock is stopped. I don't know if Sheridan called the timeout after a 2-yard gain on first down out across the 45 to the 46, but the Bronx want a timeout. So, Ryan, not a lot of scoring in the 4A going on at all here early. If these scores are correct.
Right.
In 3A, final score in, Star Valley beat Buffalo. The Bison season comes to an end, 54-7. That was the 31st consecutive win for Star Valley. Cody leading Douglas 14-0 in the second quarter. Riverton leading Green River 14-0. And Lander leading Jackson 21-7. All those games are in the second quarter.
Yeah, not any upsets yet.
In Class 2A, Bighorn won today at Cokeville 31-0. Mountain View beat Glen Rock 79-20.
Wow.
Thermopolis is leading Burns in the second quarter 17-0. And Lovell beat Newcastle on the road today 21-14. In 1A 9-man, Pine Bluffs beat Shoshone 76-24. Graybull over Lusk 21-8. Lingle Fort Laramie did upset Big Piney today 28-24. And Rocky Mountain leads Saratoga 13-0 in the second quarter. So out of the timeout, the Bronx with one left. Alvar lines up two backs in the eye behind him.
Don't be surprised if Kelly Walsh tries to air this out.
He drops it off for Fetter. Fetter gets around the corner to midfield and then tripped up inside Bronx territory. It's going to bring up third down and short.
I think they gave him an extra yard.
I thought so too. Boy. Down to the Bronx 47. It'll bring up 3rd and 1 as we approach 1:15 left here in the half. Alvar taking his time, getting the play in from the coaches. Huddles up. And this offense, boy, it'll just lull you to sleep, won't it? Send Alvar in motion. This time it's the first man through. He's going to be stacked up. But have enough for the first down. Boy, I don't know how he got through there.
Right?
They stood him up right at the line of scrimmage, but Ethan Haig just keeps the feet going and picks up enough for the first down.
Just good hard running. I mean, the Bronx did what they needed to do.
Down to the Bronx 44.
But we kind of talked about the yard after first contact.
It's time getting to the edge, and we're going to have a flag outside here, and that'll be Ben Fetter on the run.
He's a little slow getting up.
And the officials get together, and it's going to be a hold, I do believe, on the Trojans. So that'll mark them back 10 yards. Ethan Haig called for the hold on the Trojans. With 28.8 seconds left here in the first half, the Bronx leading 13-0 on the range scoreboard. And now the clock winds. Alvar under center, drops back, and it's going to be flushed out of the pocket. Now he's going to be able to run. He's going to cross midfield, cut it up inside, and be dropped at about the Bronx 45. And now
who called a timeout?
Somebody called a timeout with about 1.5 seconds left on the clock. I think Kelly Walsh wants to talk about this. Alvar was able to get away from Haswell and a couple other Bronx.
Good pressure by the defense that time, but he was just able to run that scramble drill and got a lot of that penalty yardage back.
Well, he's been able to run the ball at times tonight just because the Bronx have put so much pressure. But once he escapes that pressure,
right, if they don't bring him down, he's got a lot of green turf in front of him.
So again, coming up at the half, James Timberlake will be taking the controls, and he will have the Powderhorn halftime report. He will give you all the scores from the quarterfinals of the first round of the playoffs coming up tonight here at the halftime, and he will also give you all the updates from regional volleyball for all of our local teams. Anyway, our Rate of Claremont playing in the 1A East tournament, and obviously Bighorn hosting the 2A East tournament with Bighorn and Tongue River taking part in that, and then the Lady Bronx playing in the 4A East regional tournament. Also, just an off weekend for swimming. They had some last chance qualifiers going on. Next weekend will be the state swimming and diving championships. And then he'll probably talk about the Wyoming Cowboys as they travel to take on San Diego State tomorrow. And the Denver Broncos will be on the road to take on the Houston Texans this weekend as well. So James will have all the and more coming up on the Powderhorn Halftime Report. Coming up here on KWYO. Alvar quickly looks inside and is let this one fly, and it's going to be caught off of a tipped ball at about the 3-yard line, but that will end the half.
That just pads the stats is all. But
Kelly Walsh gets the big pass play off the tipped ball and caught at about the 3-yard line, but that was the final play of the half. So at halftime, it's the Sheridan Broncs 13, Kelly Walsh nothing. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO 106.9 FM.
When the Sheridan Broncs take the field, they bring strength, precision, and pride. At Simply Stone, they bring that same energy into every project, specializing in countertops. Their team fabricates and installs the finest quartz, marble, granite, and porcelain surfaces, turning your home into something truly exceptional. Just like the Broncs, they believe in hard work, dedication, and a rock-solid foundation. Stop by their showroom at 2745 Heartland Drive or visit simplystonewyo.com. Simply Stone, simply the best. When the Sheridan Broncs take the field, they bring strength, precision, and pride. At Simply Stone, they bring that same energy into every project, specializing in countertops. Their team fabricates and installs the finest quartz, marble, granite, and porcelain surfaces, turning your home into something truly exceptional. Just like the Broncs, they believe in hard work, dedication, and a rock-solid foundation. Stop by their showroom at 2745 Heartland Drive or visit simplystonewyo.com. Simply Stone, simply the best.
There's just something magical about Christmas at Mystic Tree Farm. Starting November 21st, the greenhouse comes alive with the scent of fresh evergreens, Nordman, Douglas, and noble firs, each waiting for that perfect home. We're open Wednesday through Saturday, 11 to 7, and Sunday, 11 to 5, closed Monday, Tuesday, and Thanksgiving. Come wander among the trees and sip a hot drink, nibble on a fresh cookie, and take home a beautiful 18 or 24-inch wreath. And during Sheridan's Christmas stroll, we'll be open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. with chili cookies and holiday charm. Bring the family and make a memory at Mystic Tree Farm, 114 Decker Road, just past North Main Interchange. Find us on Facebook.
Wyoming corporate office is located at 30 North Gould Street in Sheridan, and they provide a myriad of services. What is a registered agent, you may ask? The real question is, what aren't they? Wyoming corporate office can assist you in forming your LLC or Wyoming-based corporation, provide mail forwarding service, and accept legal and financial documents, and so much more. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
Hi, this is Jill Bates with the Bates team at Best. Kids are back in school, the temperatures are starting to cool, so now is the time to take a deep breath before your next big thing starts. But just because classrooms are opened up, the summer is behind us, doesn't mean that the real estate market has cooled off. The fall season is one of the best times to sell and market your property with things a little calmer and often cozier weather throughout the day. And for buyers, now is the time to jump on that perfect home for you, so you're all set for the winter season ahead. Let us help find the best fit for you. Give us a call at 675-BEST and visit besttoby.net today.
It's time for the Powderhorn Halftime Show with James Timberlake. James will be back with scores from around the state, upcoming Sheridan County sporting activities, and what's happening with your Wyoming Cowboys and Denver Broncos after this. From your halftime show sponsor, the Powderhorn.
Celebrating 30 years of excellence, the Powderhorn Golf Community is Wyoming's premier golf destination. It all began with Homer Scott's visionary plan, creating an award-winning 27 holes of championship golf, a clubhouse filled with camaraderie, and a community like no other. Here, every view is a masterpiece, and every day feels like a getaway. Discover world-class golf, stunning homes, and join the vibrant community and club. Live where you play. Visit thepowderhorn.com today.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And a very good evening, sports fans, football fans. Welcome to the Bronc Halftime Report. We've hit halftime up there at Homer Scott Field between the Sheridan Broncs and the Kelly Walsh Trojans with a trip to the 4A semifinals on the line. The Broncs are out ahead in this matchup so far, 13-0. Welcome to the Powderhorn Halftime Show and a happy Halloween. I'm your host this evening, James Timberlake. Coming up, we will get you a schedule of the other local action coming up this weekend, and then we'll preview the Cowboys game on Saturday against San Diego State, as well as a preview of the Broncos game against the Texans on Sunday. But first, let's take a look at the other playoff scores from across the rest of the state going on here tonight. Starting things off in the 4A, 2-seeded Campbell County is down at home, taking on 7-seeded Laramie, and it's another unexpected score here tonight. Campbell is leading. It's only 10-6 right now. Some low-scoring affairs going on across the 4A. 3-seeded Cheyenne East is at home tonight as well, playing against 6-seeded Thunder Basin, and in that one right now, it is a surprising result so far as well. East out in front by just 3, leading 10-7 at the half in that one. And concluding the 4A matchups, 4-seeded Natrona is at home right now, and they are taking on Cheyenne Central tonight, and Natrona is winning that one 7-0. And then down in 2A, Bighorn is the 1 seed in the East Division. They welcomed in the West 4 seed Cokeville. It was an afternoon matchup for them earlier today, and Bighorn won that one handily 31-0. Bighorn will take on the winner between Thermopolis and Burns, and that game is currently ongoing. Thermopolis is out in front in that one right now, 23-0. All the other 2A matchups were played earlier today as well. The other 1 seed Mountain View, they took down Glenrock 79-20, and the East 2 seed Newcastle fell to the West 3 seed Lovell 21-14. Mountain View will take on Lovell in the other 2A semifinal matchup. So your semifinal matchups, if the score stands between Thermopolis and Burns, it will be Bighorn versus Thermopolis or Burns, but right now it looks like it's Thermopolis out in front in that one rather handily. And the other matchup would be, it's already decided, Lovell and Mountain View, with the winner taking on the winner of the other two. Let's switch over to the other local action going on this weekend, starting with volleyball. The Lady Bronc volleyball team will be trying to play their way into the state tournament at the regional tournament this weekend over at Thunder Basin. They will need 2 wins in order to punch their state ticket. However, if they lose twice, then their season is over. They first took on Campbell County in their first game, and the Lady Broncs won that one 3-0. With that win, they then took on Thunder Basin. The Lady Broncs lost in that matchup. They lost in that matchup 3-2, meaning Thunder punched their ticket to the state tournament, and the Lady Broncs will play in a loser-out game tomorrow morning against Cheyenne Central. If the Lady Broncs win that one, then they punch their ticket to the state tournament. The 2A is also competing in their regional tournament for volleyball. Bighorn got a first-round bye, so they don't play their first game until a little later this evening against Pine Bluffs. I believe that one just got underway. We don't have any score for you there on that one just yet, but Kevin Coyle will keep you up to date as we move along there. Tongue River was the 3 seed, and they took on Moorcroft earlier today in an elimination game and won 3-0. They then took on Sundance, but fell in that one 3-1. TR will play Wright tomorrow morning to try to punch their ticket to the state tournament. That one will get going at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Concluding the other local action for this weekend, the Sheridan Hawks hockey team is at home for 2 games. They're taking on the Bozeman Ice Dogs tonight, and they'll welcome in the Helena Bighorns tomorrow. Puck drop is set for 7:30 both of those nights as well. That's a look at the football scores from tonight and the local action for this weekend. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get a preview of the Cowboys matchup against SDSU, as well as the Broncos matchup against the Texans on Sunday. You're listening and watching the Powderhorn Halftime Report on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and over on SheridanMedia.com.
Years of excellence, the Powderhorn Golf Community is Wyoming's premier golf destination. It all began with Homer Scott's visionary Championship Golf, a clubhouse filled with camaraderie, and a community like no other. Here, every view is a masterpiece, and every day feels like a getaway. Discover world-class golf, stunning homes, and join the vibrant community and club. Live where you play. Visit thepowderhorn.com today.
Range is giving thanks to local businesses that make living here the best. This year, we thank the Sheridan County YMCA, the Hub on Smith, Teriyaki Madness, Java Moon, and the Sheridan Seed Company for all they do. Range is donating to organizations chosen by these businesses to help spread joy and thanks this season. Live your West life. That's the motivation for everything we do at Range. Learn more at range.net/givesthanks.
We all know what number 1 and number 2 are, but have you ever gone number 3? Well, if you have and you now need someone to come and fix your plumbing, there's only one call to make. A+ Plumbing has seen and dealt with it all over the years, and they will not judge you. Give them a call at 672-9454 and let them take care of your number 3. After all, they are number 1 in the number 2 business. A+ Plumbers, 672-9454.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO sports cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
Wherever you are, you'll find a branch of Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. And here's why. If you have a Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union account and a smartphone or other mobile device, visit SheridanCreditUnion.com. Download the free app, and your smart device becomes an internet mobile banking device with all kinds of banking features. So, regardless of your location, Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union is in the palm of your hand. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to the Bronc Halftime Report presented by the Powder Horn. We're going to switch over to the regional schedule for this weekend, starting with the Wyoming Cowboys. The Pokes put together their best game of the season last weekend, shutting out Colorado State 28-0 in the 117th rendition of the Border War. And it was their first shutout against the Rams since 2010. The Cowboys really did not have a weak spot in that game as they dominated on all sides of the ball. They finished with 372 yards of total offense, 212 yards on the ground, 160 yards through the air. They did give up 305 yards on the defensive side, but they forced 3 turnovers that gave the Poke offense exceptional field position for the ensuing drive, and they would put 14 points together off of those turnovers as well en route to the 28-0 victory over Colorado State. It is optimal that the Poke offense would put that game together this past week because now they will turn their attention to one of the better defenses in the entire country, not just the Mountain West, when they take on San Diego State tomorrow evening. The San Diego State Aztecs feels like, as an entire athletic department, kind of pride themselves on playing good defense. Their basketball team always excels defensively. Their football team always feels like they're very solid on defense. If you told me the Aztec golf team somehow played really good defense, I would just kind of assume it to be true, even if that doesn't make any sense. It just feels like that's the San Diego State Aztec way, is to play good defense. The football team this season is top 15 in opponent yards per rush and rush yards per game as well. They're also very good against the pass as well, holding opponents to bottom 5 numbers in completion percentage and yards per pass. They're also top 25 in opponent pass yards per game overall. This one has the makings of a low-scoring slugfest because the Aztec offense at times, similar to the Cowboy offense, has a tough time putting together good offensive output. Both teams have similar drop-offs from their defensive output to offensive output, but the separation is less drastic for San Diego State, where Wyoming's defense probably sits at about a top 40 overall. Their defense does sit about a top 40 overall. Their offense falls to the 110s when you look at the overall picture of things. For SDSU, it's a top 15 defense, and their offense drops into the 70s in a lot of their rankings. It looks like on paper it's going to be a game controlled by the 2 solid defenses, but it is college football, and weird games happen every single week, basically every single hour. There's a new college football game that feels like it's got some weird things going on. Nonetheless, we'll have all the action for you between the Cowboys and the Aztecs live tomorrow evening right here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO. Pregame set for 3:30 and kickoff set for 5 p.m. On the pro side, the Denver Broncos will be on the road this Sunday in Houston, taking on the Texans. It will be a total pendulum swing in terms of matchup for the Broncos from last weekend to this weekend. They beat up on a bad Dallas Cowboy defense en route to a 44-24 victory last Sunday, but this week, They'll be taking on arguably the best defense in the league. The Texans' defense ranks first in total defense and scoring defense. They're fourth in passing defense, fifth in rushing defense as well, and third in third down defense. The Broncos' defense ranks high in those spots as well defensively. The Texan offense is also not nearly the juggernaut that their state rival in Dallas has been so far this season. They're kind of middle of the pack in most offensive categories, but the spot that the Broncos' defense has a major edge over the Texans' offense is red zone touchdown rate. The Texans' offense ranks 31st in touchdown rate when in the red zone, whereas the Broncos' defense is allowing the lowest touchdown rate in the red zone in the league so far this season. On the opposite end, the Texans are third in forcing turnovers so far this season, forcing almost 2 per game, and the Broncos are averaging the third most penalties per game this season and the most penalty yardage given up as well. They'll also be missing Pat Surtain in this one. Pat Surtain, the second in this game. The Broncos will be, as he is out with a pec strain. Last I checked, they might be thinking about placing him on IR as well, which would be a big hit for the Broncos defense. At the very least, he's going to be out for this game against the Texans, which already is a big loss for them for this matchup. If the Broncos want to win this one, they'll need to force the Texans into field goals, limiting their scoring in the red zone, and play a clean game, limiting both their turnovers and penalties. The fewer chances you give C.J. Stroud and the Texans offense, the better off they'll be because they are an inefficient offense, and the less offense sees the field, the better they will be. We'll have the Broncos versus Texans live for you Sunday morning on Fox Sports 106.3 FM. Pregame starting at 9 a.m. and kickoff set for 11 a.m. Looks like the Broncs and the Trojans are getting ready to head back out on the field for the start of the second half, so we're going to send it back out to Shane and Ryan Parker for kickoff. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. I have been your host, James Timberlake. Have a happy Halloween. You've been listening and watching to the Powderhorn Halftime Report here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and on SheridanMedia.com.
The Powderhorn Golf Community is Wyoming's premier golf destination. It all began with Homer Scott's visionary plan, creating an award-winning 27 holes of championship golf, a clubhouse filled with camaraderie, and a community like no other. Here, every view is a masterpiece, and every day feels like a getaway. Discover world-class golf, stunning homes, and join the vibrant community and club. Live where you play. Visit thepowderhorn.com today.
The Sheridan Rec District's beginner tennis program is here. Learn the game in a fun, supportive setting with tennis pro Scott Dickey, bringing 35-plus years of coaching and club management experience from Southern California. Adults meet Mondays or Thursdays, 9 to 10 a.m. Middle school classes are Thursdays, 4:15 to 5:15 or 5:30 to 6:30. Classes start November 10th and space is limited, so register now. Call the Sheridan Rec District at 674-6421.
Ready to hit the road? Sheridan College's Commercial Motor Vehicle Driver Training Program is now offering an 8-week course with a flexible start date. Get your CDL with hands-on real-world training and step into a high-demand career with excellent job opportunities. Don't wait for the next semester. Start driving your future forward today. Call CMV instructor Joe Bennett at 675-0788 or visit sheridan.edu/driver training to learn more and secure your spot.
Introducing Transfer the Cents from Security State Bank, the easiest way to save without thinking about it. Every time you use your debit card, we round up your purchase to the nearest dollar and move the change into an account of your choosing, free of charge. It's automatic, effortless, and adds up fast. Start saving with every swipe. Ask about Transfer the Cents today. Security State Bank, small enough to listen, big enough to help. Member FDIC.
Do you have family coming to town and not enough room in your home to accommodate them? Book them a room at the Candlewood Suites in Sheridan. They'll enjoy features like fully equipped kitchens that include a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding views of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll feel right at home. Call the Candlewood Suites 307-675-2100.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to the booth here at Homer Scott Field, where we are ready to get things underway as Ethan Leslie has the ball teed up for Kelly Walsh. The Broncs will open the second half with possession. The Broncs need to make sure that the Trojans are going to kick this thing away, and they do. And it will be Breck Reed, and it will be fumbled, and not fumbled, but bobbled at the 1 yard line by Gage Rogers and into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. The Bronx will take over at the 20. And so the Bronx offense, Ryan, 13-0. Everyone probably thought that the score would be much more lopsided at this point, but this is the largest score difference in all of 4A at halftime.
And I don't think anybody else in the 4A right now has more than 13 points.
Right.
Or maybe one of them has 14-10 or something like that. But, yeah, all these 4A games, very low scoring tonight.
That's the playoffs.
Yep.
So Blaine Phillips will have Keegan and Rager lined up to his right side. 3 receivers in the formation. Greer is the up back. Phillips goes behind Greer. He's off to the races. He's down the far sideline at the 40. He's at midfield at the opposite 40 and keeps going.
Oh,
He's at
my
the
word.
20, the 10. Blaine Phillips, touchdown, Bronx.
80 yards.
80-yard touchdown run, all Blaine Phillips.
Man, it was almost like a quarterback draw.
Yep.
If you watch that, he held the ball for a couple seconds before he took off on that run and let those linemen get out and set up those blocks.
Is there a flag? There's a flag somewhere. Obviously, they're bringing it back.
Oh, boy.
There's a flag. Gosh, dang it. That is the second long touchdown called back by a gosh darn yellow hanky.
Man, oh, man. Once again.
I didn't see the flag until it's laying at about the 28-yard line.
So it must have happened early in on that run. Boy.
So that'll make it first down and 12 after they spot. It was an 8-yard gain before the penalty. Boy, the Bronx have been snake bitten by the hanky tonight. Same formation. This time it's Andrew Adams in the backfield. He'll give it off to Rager. Rager bounces it outside again, takes on a tackler and dives ahead to the 25 across to about the 25-yard line.
Good yardage on first down by Keegan.
So 7 yards there on first down will make it 2nd down and 5 for the Bronx. Boy, the Bronx have just got to be frustrated as all get out. 2 long touchdowns have been wiped off the board by penalties. Something they're going to have to get cleaned up. Adams again quickly calls for the ball. Now looks to the sideline for the second set of plays to come in. Reed will reposition himself off the line here to the near side. Adams again given to Keegan. Keegan blows by the would-be tackler. He'll have enough for the first down out across the 30 to the 35-yard line. And that will be a first down for the Bronx out to the 36. So Keegan gets all the yardage back on 2 plays and gives the Bronx another first down.
Yeah, I liked Keegan's patience on that play. So, and then that kid doesn't go down on first contact, that's for sure.
Now Haswell will check in at the tight end spot. The receivers stay the same. Noah Newman will be to the far side. Breck Reed here to the near side. Rager stays in the backfield with Adams. Adams again to Rager. Rager this time runs into a whole slew of Kelly Walsh Trojans. No gain on the play. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Bronx.
Maybe going to the well one too many times in a row.
William Greer will check out this time. Gage Rogers will come into the ball game. Maybe a passing down here for the Bronx. With Reed and Haswell to the near side, Rogers and Newman will go to the far side of the field. Play taking forever to get in.
Oh, back judge. Okay. Just put his hand in the air.
Adams now brings a man in motion. That's Rogers. Takes the snap, has a man across, and it's going to be caught.
Was that Haswell that had to go down and get it?
He just got that off the turf, didn't he?
Yep.
I wasn't sure if they were going to give it to him or not. It looked like the ball may have hit the ground, but must not have. Out to the 45-yard line. 3rd down and 1 now for the Bronx. Beck Haswell with the catch for 9 yards.
And now Haswell will be the snap receiver on this next play.
9:13 and counting here in the third. The Bronx leading 13-0 on the range scoreboard. Haswell. Patience, dives enough for the first down, and he's going to be swarmed under. He'll get 2. He needed 1, but that'll be a Bronx first down at their own 47-yard line. So now under 9 minutes to go here in the third. Bronx on the drive. Braxton Crow now in. It looks like Haswell's going to stay in at this as the snap receiver. And he does. He steps forward. Now he drops back, looks downfield, has a man. It's going to be Reed at the 25, inside the 20 before he's dropped down there.
Good.
So a big pass play from Haswell to Reed.
Nice play call.
Down to about the 17-yard line, so the Bronx are in the red zone.
Man, Haswell laid that right in Breck's hands.
I like they use him to run, and then they'll use him where he'll take a step towards the line of scrimmage and then back up and throw a perfect strike.
Yep. Very, very versatile, and it just makes defenses crazy because they don't know what he might do.
Andrew Adams will be back in at quarterback. Reed and Haswell will be the receivers to the near side. Noah Newman to the left side, the far side of the formation. Adams with Rieger in motion. Gives the ball off to Greer. Greer's going to fall forward to about the 12. That's a good pickup on first down for William Greer. So about 5 yards there on first down, but for Greer. Natrona County and Cheyenne Central tied up at 7 now.
Oh, boy.
And East gets on the board again. They lead Thunder Basin 17-7. Adams looks to the sideline. All those injured seniors that are out for the year are now giving hand signals into the offense. Bring a man in motion. And on the jet sweep, it slips and goes down. Is the offense? Was that Keegan Rager? Boy,
yep.
He put his foot in the ground to plant, and it just left him.
You know, the temperature's dropped. It's 39 degrees out, and I wonder if there's a little moisture on this turf, because he just went down.
Now it's third down and 5. Sure.
Maybe the dew point is having an effect on this turf.
So 3rd and 5 for the Bronx as we are under 6.5 minutes to go here in the third. Keegan's going to be the snap receiver on this particular down. William Greer will be the blocking back. Rager goes up behind. It's going to dive forward. He's going to be close to the first down, but I think he's going to come up about a half a yard short. It's going to be 4th and a foot for the Bronx.
I think you got to go for it here.
Oh, yeah. Now Haswell will be the snap receiver.
The two-headed monster.
No, Keegan's going to stay in as the snap receiver here on 4th and a foot. Line up all those blockers to the left side of the field. He's going to get in behind, dive inside the 5, and he's going to be down about the 3-yard line. 1st and goal for the Bronx as they are knocking on the door with 5.5 to go here in the third.
Yep, they just need to punch it in. Don't turn the ball over.
Yep. So the Bronx first offensive drive here of the quarter is eating up a lot of the quarter.
And they're okay with that.
I mean, we are approaching 5 minutes, so this has been
a 7-minute drive.
7-minute drive for the Bronx. Rager again fights for the goal line, and he's going to be down inside the 1. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Bronx.
Just short. He did a nice job of reaching for the goal line, though.
Glad he hung onto the ball.
Yeah, for sure.
So now the Bronx will have it second and goal from about the 1. And the signals come in from the coaches. That offensive line has got to get push here. They've done a decent job all night of controlling the line of scrimmage. But Keegan again will be the snap receiver. Keegan flips it to Breck Reed, and he's going to walk.
There wasn't a white jersey within 10 yards.
Breck Reed in for the Sheridan Bronx touchdown with 4:22 to go here in the third. Breck Reed on the reverse. 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bronx increase their lead to 19-0, and William Greer comes on for the extra point. So Torrey Phillips will be the holder. Fisher Peldo is the snapper. Snap's good, the hold's good, the kick is up, and it is perfect. 4:22 to go here in the third quarter. It's the Bronx 20, Kelly Walsh nothing. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
It's Wyoming. 1 minute you're melting like ice cream in August, the next you're colder than an ice fisherman's backside in January, and your dog's stolen all the blankets. Luckily, Carl's Heating and Air Conditioning has your backside. Carl knows Wyoming weather better than anyone. Then he'll keep your home comfy whether Brutus gives back those blankets or not. Call Carl's Heating and Air Conditioning today or find us in the Country Bounty Business Directory. Carl, making homes comfortable no matter how moody Wyoming weather gets.
I'm Doug Hockett with Stiefel Investments, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Sheridan High School, Homer Scott Field, Bronx football. It's the 4A playoffs. The number 1 seed Bronx and the number 8 seed Kelly Walsh Trojans. Bronx leading 20-0 on the range scoreboard with 4:22 left here in the third. Boy, all the 4A games are tight tonight.
Yeah, and just think the Bronx have had 2 long touchdowns called back. So this one could be worse than it is, but
that's what happens. Penalties kill, man.
Yep.
Greer has it teed up. He boots his ball away, and it will be taken from the 7-yard line. That's going to be now on the reverse. And
Sheridan did not bite on that.
That did not fool anybody as Parker Gilbert got the reverse, and they're going to be tackled at the 10-yard line.
Great job.
Crow did a nice job getting downfield and making the tackle for the Bronx. That didn't deter anybody.
Nope.
And so Kelly Walsh will start deep in their own end at the 10-yard line.
Once again, that's what, you want to make Kelly Walsh drive the field.
So Kelly Walsh deep in their own territory will start 1st and 10 at the 10. Quinn Alvar will be in the front of the I formation with Carter, his brother. They toss it. Now the throw back to the quarterback. It's going to be caught across the 20. Boy, that's a little trickery for Kelly Walsh.
Little Philly special, except it wasn't in the end zone.
Throw back to the quarterback, and he was able to make that catch out to the 25. It's a gain of 15 there on 1st down. Boy, that could have been a lot bigger play. The ball kind of hung up. And Carter Alvar actually had to wait for it to come to him.
Coach Roden digging deep into his bag of tricks.
So it gets them out of the shadow of their own end zone, out to the 25.
Yeah, great play call.
Now the I formation. Quinn Alvar goes in motion. They pitch it out to Fetter. Fetter going to be slowed up by Bodanovich, and then the yellow jersey guys come to help.
Peldo came in and helped finish him off.
But Bodanovich did a nice job staying home. And then Fisher Peldo comes to help. And now an official's timeout.
They had to send...
Ethan Haig had to go off. Yep. Now we're back underway. 3:10 remaining here in the third quarter. As Carter Alvar will bring his troops to the line. Now a split back formation. Quinn Alvar goes in motion, tries to hit a block in the Bronx defense. Cooper Lynn and others there to make the stop. No gain on the play. Going to be Braxton Crow and Cooper Lynn there for the Bronx defensively. Looks like the Bronx will the Bighorn Rams will host Thermopolis next week at Bighorn High School, as Thermopolis dispatched of the Burns Bronx tonight. So
well, they're up big.
Yeah, it's 30-0. This time Alvar, 4 receivers split to the far side. It's actually Atnip. Atnip makes the completion to Fetter. Fetter's going to fall for it. I think he's going to have the first down.
I think, yep.
Fetter just kept fighting for an extra yard and was able to get it on the completion out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. So another set of downs for Kelly Walsh with 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Got to be really happy with the defensive effort tonight by the Bronx.
Yeah, because back in week 5 when we played them, the second half, Kelly Walsh ran all over this Bronx defense. So glad to see.
This time it'll be Fetter again, the second guy through, and he's going to be stood up and fall forward for about 2 as he went off the right side of that formation. Kelly Walsh going from your right to left across your radio dial. Man, quick moving third quarter, but the Bronx kept it for over 7 minutes.
Yeah, on that opening drive of the third.
Yeah, opening drive of the third. And so we approach 1 minute left here in the third quarter. Alvar, same formation. This time his brother Quinn goes in motion. Second guy through again. Actually, the first guy through is Ethan Haig. He'll be across the 39 to about the 40-yard line.
I think it's third and long, though.
Third down and 6 for the Trojans. And let's see what Roden comes up with for his Trojans. Last time it was 3rd and 6. He had 4 wides to one side. And this time
he's going to do it again.
But they're going to come to the short side of the field. Lined up to the left of the formation. And it's going to be Logan Atnip again. This time he's going to flare it out. He'll have enough to Alvar. Alvar's going to have plenty of room, run out of bounds inside Bronx territory all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Holy smokes. And that was just nothing but an out pass, and then Alvar did the rest.
Yeah, it was like a wide receiver screen. The Bronx just had nobody out there. So a first down for Kelly Walsh at the Bronx 30-yard line with 23 seconds left here in the third quarter, Bronx leading 20-0 on the range scoreboard. Alvar, 3 backs lined up. Second guy through is Haig. He'll break a tackle to the 25-yard line. Actually, they'll give him the 26. So about 4 yards on first down. Boy, the backs just run hard, don't they?
Man. And you never know which one's going to get it.
That will be the final play of the third quarter. After 3 complete, it's the Sheridan Bronx 20. Kelly Walsh Trojan 0. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
I gotta love fall. Pumpkin spice, football, piles of leaves.
Don't forget piles of savings, Bob. Buy 3, get the 4th for just $1 at Waring Chevrolet.
$1? That's less than a hot dog at a ball game.
Hey, and these tires will last a lot longer than you won't have heartburn.
So pile up the leaves, pile up the savings, and pile into Waring Chevrolet.
Exactly. This fall, keep your ride rolling smooth with buy 3 and get the 4th tire for just $1. 107 East Alger or online at WaringSheridan.com.
This is Kent Sherwood with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Homer Scott Field as we go to the fourth quarter. Bronx leading 20-0 on the range scoreboard. Boy, Ryan, the Bronx having a good time as we get ready to start the fourth. A little jump around playing, and they're jumping around, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen the team do this. I mean, they do it's for the student section every home game, but I've never seen. But these guys, just like Coach Maury said in that pregame, they're having fun.
Former Wyoming Cowboy Isaiah Scandy, he's one of the volunteer coaches for the Bronx. He was a great defensive back player for the Cowboys a few years back. He's in there getting them all hyped up.
Yeah, he might be leading the charge. Love to see it. Nothing wrong with him having fun.
Former Cowboy Gandy helping out the Bronx. He was on the sideline for Bighorn, too. He helps coach out there as well.
Oh, boy.
So he's pulling double duty today.
Well, he might have to do that for the next
Carter
3 weeks.
Alvar makes one man miss. Now he's on the run. He's down the far sideline and run out of bounds at about the 19 or 18-yard line. That's going to be enough for another Kelly Walsh first down. Again, he avoids the rush and is able to get down that far sideline.
Yep, if he breaks that initial pressure, if the Bronx don't get to him right away, he's been pretty elusive in picking up those first downs.
Causing a little bit of issue here for the Bronx defensively.
Yeah, absolutely.
11:51 to go here in the ball game. Carter Alvar goes under center with an offset I formation in the backfield. Alvar gives it to the first man through. That's Haig. Haig.
And we got a flag.
It's going to be a penalty, I think, on the Bronx. Haig bent down. The tackler went to tackle and got him up around the head. I don't think it was a face mask. He didn't grab the face mask.
I think that's what they're indicating, though. Boy, penalties have just not, the Bronx have not been, I mean, I don't like that call, but you got to deal with it. But the penalties are racking up for the Sheridan Bronx.
So that'll half the distance.
Wow.
Personal foul. That's going to be a personal foul face mask. That'll move the ball down to the 8-yard line. It'll be first and goal for Kelly Walsh. And now Alvar looks like he goes under center again here with the I formation. Haig and Fetter behind him. They pitch it to Fetter, and he's going to be swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Nice play by the defense right there.
Sam Huffman, the first D lineman there through. Also, Owen Matthews in on the tackle for the Bronx. So we approach 11 minutes to go here in the ball game. Kelly Walsh with their deepest penetration of the night. They're going to put the ball right at the 8-yard line, so second down and goal now for K-Dub. This time it's 3 in that I formation. Alvar's going to roll out, has a man in the back of the end zone. It's caught, and he is in for the touchdown. Looks like it's going to be caught for the touchdown. The guy in the back of the official in the back of the end zone put his hands up, but the
side judge over there did not.
He didn't motion if it was a touchdown or not. So I guess it's a Kelly Walsh touchdown.
I think it was, I want to say it was number 10.
So Ethan Leslie on for the extra point. And the kick is up, and it is good. With 10:53 left here in the fourth quarter, it's the Sheridan Bronx 20, Kelly Walsh 7. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Leaves crunching, kettles whistling, football helmets colliding, families chattering, the sounds of fall. Hearing loss can be a subtle thief, taking away these precious sounds and others that make our lives so rich. If you think you or a loved one may be struggling, please call our office to schedule your free hearing test and consultation. There is nothing to lose and everything to gain. Let the changing seasons encourage you to make a positive change for better hearing. Call 674-8920, on the web at ebahearing.com, or visit on Coffeen Avenue, right next to Sherwin-Williams.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Homer Scott Field here at Sheridan High School. Well, Kelly Walsh gets on the board here in the fourth quarter, cuts the Bronx lead to 13. They lead at 20-7 on the range scoreboard, and you pretty sure that the onside kick will have to be coming here for Kelly Walsh.
Yeah, Bronx have their hands team out. I mean, you got Haswell, Crow, Rager. I mean, you got all those guys that are handling that ball all the time. So.
Only one man back deep. I think that's Andrew Adams, I think. So Leslie has it teed up, and they are going to kick it deep, and they'll just let it roll into the end zone.
Yeah.
Boy, the Bronx, whew, it did get into the end zone. So the Bronx will take over at the 20-yard line.
Let's see if they can put a long drive together and use up most of this clock and just be done.
So Andrew Adams will be the quarterback. Keegan Rager will be lined up to his left side. Reed in the slot to the far side, along with Rogers. Adams, the give straight ahead to Rager. Rager, he busted into the secondary. He's across the 35, the 40, 45. He's got blockers down in front, and he's down the far sideline at the 30.
He's going to go.
The 20, the
He's
10.
Gone.
Keegan Rager, touchdown Sheridan.
And I don't see any yellow hankies on the field.
That's an 80-yard touchdown run. What an answer for the Bronx.
And no penalties. Great job. Good job, line. And great job by Keegan, man. He had to make a couple different cuts.
That's his longest touchdown run of the year. 80 yards, and the Bronx answer quickly.
Well, they did the opposite of what I wanted them to do, but
points are on the board.
Points are on the board, exactly.
William Greer on for the extra point. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and it is perfect. With 10:38 remaining here in the ball game, it's the Bronx 27, Kelly Walsh 7. You're listening to Bronx football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
You know what makes a big difference in life?
I know, making smart money choices.
That's why First Federal Bank and Trust partners with local schools and organizations to teach financial basics.
They make it fun and interactive with free materials, bank tours, and real conversations.
And we tailor everything to fit your classroom or group.
I want to get started right now.
You can learn more at efirstfederal.bank. First Federal Bank and Trust.
Investing in strong financial futures.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Homer Scott Field. Well, Ryan, the Bronx got the quick answer. Boy, 80-yard touchdown run by Keegan Rager pushes the lead back to 20. The Bronx lead this thing 27-7 with 10:38 to go here in the fourth quarter. And again, the winner of this ball game, well, if the Bronx win this, they will host the state semifinals next week against the winner of the Natrona Central game. And we just heard that Natrona is leading that ball game 10-7 in the fourth quarter. William Greer has it teed up, and he'll boot this one away, and it will be returnable from the 5-yard line. It's going to be Ben Fetter. Fetter puts his foot in the ground, cuts it up, and is going to be tackled just shy of the 20, about at the 19-yard line. I think they might give him the 20.
I think they're going to give him the 20.
So we take a look at the YO Preps scoreboard, see if they had keeping it updated here. Campbell County still leading Laramie 10-6 in the third. Thunder Basin now trailing Cheyenne East 24-14, and Natrona leads Cheyenne Central 10-7.
So a couple of games are still close.
4 receivers to the near side. Atnip, the quarterback, now he's going to go and take off. Owen Matthews has a chance, but he runs him out of bounds. A gain of 6 or 7 there on first down. Maybe even give him 8 out to the 28. Logan Atnip takes off.
Just nowhere to go. Looked like he was trying to throw it, but
Owen Matthews chased him out of bounds after an 8-yard gain. So Kelly Walsh comes back to the line of scrimmage. Alvar goes under center with the I formation behind him, turns, gives it to the second back through. That's going to be Fetter, and he's going to fall forward across the 30 to the 31. He'll have enough for the first down. They might even spot it out to the 32-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, Kelly Walsh at their own 32-yard line. As we approach the 10-minute mark left in this ball game. Alvar, again, third man through is Fetter, and he's going nowhere. In fact,
I think he lost a yard.
Yeah, he's going to lose a yard. Good job at the D line, and then those linebackers were able to come up and fill. But it was Brady Hartman there for the Bronx initially that forced that thing behind the sticks. So 2nd down and 11 now for Kelly Walsh. You know, the Bronx defense, they've bent a little bit. Obviously gave up that touchdown on the last drive, but boy, they've done a decent job tonight.
Yeah, they've really contained that Kelly Walsh rushing game.
And now we've got 4 receivers again out here. And Atnip, the backup quarterback, he's going to flare out the wide receiver screen. That's going to be that was a backwards pass, and it goes out of bounds. That's going to be a loss all the way back to about the 23, 24-yard line. And that's where...
Yeah, that official, he definitely punched it back, didn't he?
It was a backwards pass, and it went out of bounds. It was incomplete, but it goes out of bounds, so they get the ball where it goes out of bounds. So that's going to bring up 3rd and about 18. So a long 3rd down here for the Trojans with 9:13 left here in the ball game. The ball all the way back to the 24-yard line. This time 4 receivers to the far side. Atnip again. This time he will wide receiver screen, a backwards pass. Throwing it back for Atnip, and a nice job. Breck Reed read that.
Yep.
It was completed for about... 12 yards, 10 yards? But it'll bring up 4th down, and Kelly Walsh will have to go for it. It'll be 4th down and about 7.
Yeah, Breck Reed did a nice job of he didn't try to do too much, knowing down and distance.
Boy, the bag of tricks are open for Kelly Walsh. We've seen a little bit of everything. They're going to go back to this 4 wide receivers to the far side, and the quarterback is lined up about 5 yards behind. Atnip again throws it. This time it's going to be Alvar. He's going to try to break contain. The ball falls forward. It's going to be...
They're saying he's down.
Did he try to throw that?
Yeah, but I think his knee was already down when he did. So
the Bronx are going to take over.
It was a loss. It was a 1-yard loss.
Yep. And so the Bronx will take over at the Kelly Walsh 33-yard line. Good job by the defense. Boy, Kelly Walsh went to that well one too many times, didn't they? It
was like 3 plays in a row.
Willis Long going to come into the ballgame defensively for the Bronx. He'll be at one of those linebacker spots.
No, he's in on offense.
I guess we're now on offense, aren't we? Yeah. So he'll line up as the blocking back.
And in his short playing time, man, he's really done some good things. Only a sophomore.
Adams takes the snap. Boy, that took forever to get into the ball. And it's going to be, who's running the ball there? I think
William
it was Greer. Yeah. He was lined up as the tailback that time. And he'll get a couple out to about almost down to the key dub 30-yard line. So they'll give him 3 yards on that first down play. Ryder Dillaway now checks in at running back for the Bronx. Sladen Bodanovich and Liam Weber will be the receivers to the near side. Torrey Phillips will be to the far side. And I think Willis Long is lined up in the slot for the Bronx. So 2 by 2 with Dillaway, the up back. They're going to bring a man in motion. That's going to be Long. Willis cuts it inside. He's at the 25. And a good 5 yards there on second down for Willis Long. It'll bring up third down and a couple for the Bronx. At the Kelly Walsh 25-yard line. And now Dom DeStefano is going to come in at quarterback with 7 minutes to go here in the ballgame. The Bronx lead by 20. And the Bronx are getting some youngsters in on this offensive series. Third down and 2 for the Bronx. DeStefano will be the quarterback. Willis Long will be the tailback. Ryder Dillaway, the blocking back for the Bronx. They give the ball to Willis, and he's going to get 1. It'll be 4th and 1.
You let Greer try another field goal, or you go for it? I think they're going to go for it.
I think you got to go for it here.
Yeah.
4th down and 1 from the Kelly Walsh 24-yard line. Just heard that Cheyenne Central got a field goal, so they are tied with Casper Natrona going to overtime in that 4 versus 5 matchup here in the 4A playoffs. DeStefano will bring a man in motion. That's Bodanovich. They give the ball to Long. Long will have enough for the first down. Down to about the 22-yard line. He needed 1. He got 2 yards, and the Bronx offense will stay on the field.
Just a nice hard run by Willis Long.
So 1st and 10 for the Bronx from the Kelly Walsh 22-yard line. As we approach 5.5 minutes to go here in the ball game. The Bronx looking for their 53rd consecutive win.
And 33rd straight home win?
Yep. DeStefano. This time it'll be Dillaway. Dillaway, he's to the 15, cuts it inside. He's down to the 10. That's going to be another Bronx first down. All the way down to the 9-yard line. Ryder Dillaway, hard running there.
That's what I was just going to say. Nice hard run by Ryder.
He comes up with a little bit of a limp. You know, he's got a bad leg.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten a whole lot of playing time. He's a senior.
Nice hard run.
Yeah.
Now Jackson Hansen's going to come into the ball game for the Bronx at running back as well. Just a sophomore as well. And now a whistle, and we've got a Kelly Walsh player down on their sideline. Now he's up. Looks like he's okay. He's just cramping. He had to get inside the box though.
Yeah. Don't want to do that too many times. Kelly Walsh doesn't have a whole lot of subs over there.
Now they whistle the play ready. 4:40 remaining. Bronx leading 27-7 on the range scoreboard. DeStefano calls for the ball. He'll give it off to Hansen. Actually, DeStefano keeps it. He's running, and he's going to be drugged down behind and be tackled right at about the 5-yard line.
That almost looked like a helmet-to-helmet there. But Dom pops right back up. Maybe it looked worse than what it was.
2nd down and goal now for the Bronx from the 5. Actually, they're going to put him at the 6-yard line. Boy, they even had me faked out. I thought Jackson Hansen had that handoff and was walking into the end zone. So Long will be the tailback. Hansen will be the blocking back. DeStefano to Willis. Long cuts it inside, looking for the goal line, and he's going to be just short of the goal line.
Boy.
Instead of getting pushed forward, he got pushed back, and it'll be 3rd and goal at the 1.
Let that young man eat. Give it to him again.
He's done a lot of the dirty work here late in this drive.
Yeah, reward him.
So under 3.5 to go. The Bronx looking to put more points on the board. It's 3rd and goal from the 1. DeStefano has Willis Long to his right side in the pistol. Takes the snap, gives it to him. He's going to fight forward, and he's again down at the inside the 1. Long did not get to the end zone. It'll be 4th and goal for the Bronx inside that 1-yard line.
Come on, offensive line. Blow open a hole for this kid.
Bogdanovich will come to the near side. Hansen again will be the blocking back. And it looks like the Bronx are they going to take a timeout? Well, they're moving up to the line of scrimmage. DeStefano brings a man in motion. And the give, and he's in for the Bronx touchdown. Willis Long.
All right.
Bronx touchdown.
Yeah. Reward that
Boy,
kid.
he got hit in the backfield, spun away, and dove in for the touchdown.
Yep.
So with 2:21 left here in the ballgame, Willis Long goes in from 1 yard out for the Bronx touchdown. And William Greer will come on to kick the extra point, but the Bronx have now pushed this to a 33-7 lead, looking for their 34th point. Snap's good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and it is good. With 2:21 left here in the ballgame, it's the Bronx 34, Kelly Walsh 7. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO at 106.9 FM.
Hold on your game tokens. McDonald's Monopoly's back. You order your favorites, you receive a game piece. Peel it, scan it in the app. It could be a free snack or a dream prize. Over 30 menu items are eligible. Want more chances? Every game piece gives you a bonus play in the app, too. Free food, trips, new ride, even $1 million in cash. It's all up for grabs. Don't just dream about Monopoly money. Play for the real thing at McDonald's. Download the app, register, and get ready to peel, play, and win. McDonald's, Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Sheridan High School, Homer Scott Field, the 4A playoffs. The Bronx leading 34-7 on the range scoreboard with just 2:21 left here in the ballgame. The Bronx are going to move to the state semifinals next Friday. I would imagine they can play it either on Friday or Saturday. We'll find out, hopefully after the ball game, when the game will be, and we await the winner of the Natrona County Cheyenne Central game. Whoever wins that will come here to Sheridan next week, and that game is in overtime. Greer's kick will be short. It'll bounce and go out of bounds at about the 21 or 22-yard line, so Kelly Walsh will take over at the 35-yard line. The other scores has Campbell County still leading Laramie 10-6 at the last update. Cheyenne East was leading Thunder Basin 24-21, and Natrona County and Cheyenne Central were tied at 10 in overtime. Cheyenne Central, we just found out, has upset Natrona County 17-16, and so Cheyenne Central looks like they will make the long trip to Sheridan next Friday to play here in the state semifinals.
And that was a 5-4, right?
Yep.
So we knew that one could have gone either way.
Natrona beat Central a week ago to earn the 4 seed, but Central turns around and gets them tonight. 17-16 in overtime.
A blocked
PAT in overtime. Alvar flings it out. It's going to be caught. His knee was down after a 4 or 5 yard gain. And so it'll be 2nd down and 6 after the 4 yard gain. So we approach 2 minutes left here in the ball game. Carter Alvar, the quarterback, just in the gun with Haig lined up beside. Now he'll flare it out to Ethan Haig. Boy, he's got a lot of room to run. Makes a man miss at midfield, and he's run out of bounds at about the 45-yard line of Sheridan. Nick Mock on the tackle for the Bronx. A lot of the youngsters now in this ballgame defensively.
Well, good good, hard-fought game today. I think the Sheridan defense did a much better job tonight than they did 5 weeks ago.
The penalties just hurt the Bronx tonight.
Yep.
4 receivers in the formation, 2 to each side. Alvar looking, he dances. Boy, a hold, nothing thrown there. Now Alvar is out on the run. He goes to the far sideline and run out of bounds.
Boy, Alvar's, he's pretty quick.
Yep.
He can really run.
So the clock stops with 1:35 left. The ball pushed down to the Bronx 36-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 1. So the Trojans quickly back to the line of scrimmage. They'll split Fetter and likewise to the near side. Haig lined up in the backfield alongside Alvar. Alvar takes the snap, looking outside, has likewise. Likewise makes a man miss. Now he comes to the near side, and he's going to be tackled inside the 25 down to about the 24-yard line. So he stays inbound, so the clock continues to run with 1:20 left here in the ball game. Kelly Walsh down to the Bronx 24. Alvar getting a lot of yards here in junk time. Goes right up the middle, looking, crosses the line of scrimmage. Now he tries to make a man miss, and he's run out of bounds. That's going to be shy of the 1st down at about the 15. With 1:02 left, it'll bring up 2nd down and less than a yard. Laramie beating Campbell County 13-10 in the 4th quarter.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Wow.
Alvar looking to the end zone. Nothing there. Now he tries to escape, and he's going to be sacked. Sacked back at about the 24-yard line.
Let's see, is K-Dub going to use a timeout here?
Doesn't look like they will.
Yep, the clocks are running.
Logan Stoika on the sack for the Bronx. Alvar again, he wants the end zone, has Haig out of the backfield. Haig makes a man miss, dives inside the 10. I thought he was out of bounds at about the 9-yard line, but they're going to say he got into the end zone. Wasn't he out of bounds?
I thought he'd stepped out like around like the
8 or
9 yard line.
But Ethan Haig, I think, gets in for the touchdown. With 30.7 seconds left on the clock. Haig on the touchdown reception. Now a 2-point conversion is going to be caught by Quinn Alvar. Makes it 34-15. So the Bronx lead 34-15 with 30.7 seconds left on the clock. We'll just keep it right here as we will see if we can get some other scores from you or for you.
In the 4th quarter, last update, East was beating Thunder 30-22. So that's only a 1-possession game.
I think Campbell County just made a big play all the way down inside the 10-yard line. Doesn't show how much time is left on the clock at all there. Campbell looks like they've got the ball inside the 10. So Kelly Walsh will have this thing teed up at the 40. I'm sure they'll try to onside kick this one. So Ethan Leslie tees it up. The hands team is out there for the Bronx. Again, they lead this thing 34-15 with 30.7 seconds left here. And they do kick it away. It's going to be Andrew Adams, and he'll just down himself, catch it, and take it up to the 15-yard line. Campbell County, I think, just scored a touchdown to take the lead on Laramie. 16, they're trying to go up 17-13. So 27.6 seconds. I think Sheridan just needs to kneel on it one time here in victory formation. So Campbell County goes up 17-13. Laramie will get the ball back.
And that's going
Sheridan takes one final snap, and that's going to do it. The Broncs win their 53rd consecutive game. 34-15 is your final score here from Homer Scott Field. The Broncs will play in the semifinals next week against Cheyenne Central. We'll try to get a time before we go off the air. It probably will be 6 o'clock kickoff next Friday night as well. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the final scoring and more. You're listening to the First Federal Bank and Trust postgame show on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Looking for space to spread out but still be close to town? This 11-acre property sits right on the edge of Buffalo with city water and sewer nearby. Build your dream home and bring your animals or start your business in a prime location with no covenants holding you back. Don't let this one get away. To see this property, call me, Christy Kinghorn with Buffalo Realty, ERA powered, at 307-620-0037. See the South Main listing on BuffaloRealtyLLC.com.
Need a checking account, a home loan, business banking? Hi, I'm Brittany Sorensen from First Bank of Wyoming. You don't have to go to different places for these services. First Bank of Wyoming has it all under one roof. From simple personal banking to more complex business loans, we make managing your money simple, convenient, and stress-free. One bank, every service, all for you. First Bank of Wyoming, your one-stop financial partner.
First Bank of Wyoming, division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
At Camco Federal Credit Union, we offer all the banking functions you need with the personal touch you deserve. From our rewards checking and our share certificates to convenient online banking with our mobile app. Whether you need to remote deposit a check, pay a bill, or transfer funds, we make it easy. And when you need to talk to a real person, our friendly team is ready to assist you. Visit one of our branches or call us today at 307-682-6105. Camco Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, and equal housing lender.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
Building or remodeling your home or commercial space can be overwhelming. With so many decisions to make, choosing the right contractor matters. At North Country Construction, we believe you deserve a team you can trust. From initial planning and site work to concrete and final touches, we handle the entire process with a decade of quality in the Sheridan area that speaks for itself. When only the best will do, call North Country Construction, 307-461-2896.
One Health in Sheridan provides medical care, mental health, and other support services for the whole family. Our whole person approach serves children, adults, and seniors, and we accept patients with private insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, and no insurance. From childhood immunizations and wellness checks to substance use treatment, visit One Health for same-day availability and an income-based sliding fee. Visit onechc.org/Sheridan for more information.
In a place where honesty and hard work define us, there's a bank that's fully invested in Wyoming. The banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan. We understand that business owners are the backbone of our communities. And whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
They'll tell you nobody sells campers cheaper than them. Let me tell you, they're wrong. We do. Midway RV in Sheridan has new campers at the lowest prices in the country. Units won't last at these prices. Limited floor plans available, trade-ins welcome, financing ready. Midway has a floor plan for you. Hit the mountain road or back road for less. Stop by our newest showroom on Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan. Visit midwaycampers.com. Lowest prices in the country, right at your fingertips.
Hi, this is Jeff Tomlinson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Homer Scott Field. The Bronx win their opening round playoff game 34-15 over the Kelly Walsh Trojans. 53rd consecutive win for the Bronx, their 33rd consecutive home win. And I think the other game that we were keeping an eye on, Campbell County just beat Laramie 17-13, I think is the final. As that game is coming to an end, Cheyenne East pulled out the win over Thunder Basin, and Cheyenne Central got a win in overtime over Casper Natrona. So it looks like East and Campbell County will play each other next week in the semifinals, and Cheyenne Central will come to Sheridan to play in the other semifinal game. And so that's what it looks like here in the 4A playoffs. For the Bronx, they got things rolling right away tonight. They got a nice pass play from Andrew Adams to Gage Rogers on the first play from scrimmage, 51-yard touchdown pass. William Greer's kick was good. The Bronx led 7-0. After a stop by the Bronx defense, the Bronx put together another decent drive, but stalled out deep in Kelly Walsh territory. But William Greer was able to kick a 25-yard field goal. And at the end of the first quarter, it was the Bronx 10, Kelly Walsh nothing.
Yeah, the Bronx, I was really impressed with the defense tonight. And in that first quarter, the Bronx didn't look great. A lot of penalties that, cost them some points. But I'd like the fact that William Greer was able to get some field goal work in.
In the second quarter, really no scoring touchdown-wise. William Greer was able to get a field goal on the board, a 35-yarder this time. And the Bronx at halftime led 13-0. But again, penalties in the second quarter really hurt the Bronx offense.
Yep.
In the third quarter, the Bronx took the opening kickoff, kept the ball for over 7 minutes of that opening drive, and Breck Reed found the end zone on a reverse 1-yard touchdown run. William Greer's kick was good. The Bronx led 20-0. And in the fourth quarter, Kelly Walsh got on the board at the 10:53 mark. Carter Alvar found Bo Keller on about a 14-yard pass play in the corner of the end zone. Leslie's kick was good, and the Bronx led 20-7. But in the ensuing kickoff, the Bronx got the ball at the 20-yard line, and then Keegan Rager, the very next play, went 80 yards for the touchdown. William Greer's kick was good. The Bronx led 27-7.
Yeah, Keegan, and that after he broke the initial line of scrimmage, it was all him. He made a couple cuts, and no one could bring him down.
Boy, he just made a really nice couple moves and found his way to the end zone on the 80-yard touchdown run, his longest run of the year. And then with 2:21 left here in the ball game, Willis Long got a 1-yard touchdown run to push the lead to 34-7 for the Bronx. And then Kelly Walsh took advantage of a couple of penalties, and on the young Bronx, they were able to punch one in with 30 seconds left on the clock. Final score tonight: the Bronx 34, Kelly Walsh 15. And the Bronx, again, will play in the state semifinals. I think it's, 14, 15, 16 straight years now they've been in the state semifinals. Just an unbelievable streak that the Bronx were on. Kelly Walsh will finish the season with a 3-7 record, and that is their 8th consecutive losing season at Kelly Walsh High School. The Bronx have now won 23 consecutive games over Kelly Walsh. Kelly Walsh's last win against the Bronx was back in 2009. So Bronx win this thing 34-15. We're going to take another quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have head coach Jeff Maury here on the First Federal Bank and Trust postgame show. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Hi, this is Liz Kincaid, host of the video podcast called Sheridan County Ag Update. Join me each week as I visit with local folks about ag issues, rodeo, 4-H, FFA, and much more. Sheridan County Ag Update presented by Heartland Kubota and True Built Builders. You can find my video podcast each week and other interviews under the podcast tab on SheridanMedia.com. So join me, Liz Kincaid, host of Sheridan County Ag Update on SheridanMedia.com.
Farmers Co-op, home of the 99-cent soda, invites you to start your day off right with that first cup of Morning Joe and a little something to go from their awesome bakery rack. Then come back for lunch. By now, I know you've heard me talk about their mouth-watering sausages, but they also have a variety of hot and cold sandwiches along with a soup of the day. They really do have it all at Farmers Co-op, 1450 Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan.
Planning a project that requires block, brick, or stone? You need to contact the folks at Thompson Master Masons. They have the largest selection of brick and stone in town and 39 years of experience behind their work. Chances are, if it can be done, they've done it. Let Thompson's help you choose the best application for your specific project, residential or commercial. Give Thompson Master Masons a call at 672-7971 or stop by their showroom at 135 East 11th Street.
Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing, with offices in Sheridan and Casper, are ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. The Sheridan office of Michael Lansing and McCole Soto provide competent, local legal services focused on businesses, real estate transactions, estate planning, employee protections, trust litigation, and personal injury. Michael and McCole will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights and are proud to support all local youth activities.
This year, First Northern Bank of Wyoming is celebrating an incredible milestone, 140 years of serving our Wyoming communities. For generations, we've been here through every season of life, helping families, ranchers, and businesses thrive. From local lending to personalized service, we're proud to be your community bank and trusted partner. Whether you're starting your first loan or account, growing your business, or buying your dream home, we're here for you. First Northern Bank of Wyoming, proudly serving Wyoming communities for 140 years. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 402576.
When the Sheridan Broncs take the field, they bring strength, precision, and pride. At Simply Stone, they bring that same energy into every project, specializing in countertops. Their team fabricates and installs the finest quartz, marble, granite, and porcelain surfaces, turning your home into something truly exceptional. Just like the Broncs, they believe in hard work, dedication, and a rock-solid foundation. Stop by their showroom at 2745 Heartland Drive or visit simplystonewyo.com. Simply Stone, simply the best.
There's just something magical about Christmas at Mystic Tree Farm. Starting November 21st, the greenhouse comes alive with the scent of fresh evergreens, Nordman, Douglas, and noble firs, each waiting for that perfect home. We're open Wednesday through Saturday, 11 to 7, and Sunday, 11 to 5, closed Monday, Tuesday, and Thanksgiving. Come wander among the trees and sip a hot drink, nibble on a fresh cookie, and take home a beautiful 18 or 24-inch wreath. And during Sheridan's Christmas stroll, we'll be open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. with chili cookies and holiday charm. Bring the family and make a memory at Mystic Tree Farm, 114 Decker Road, just past North Main Interchange. Find us on Facebook.
Is Wyoming Corporate Office your one-stop shop for everything you need for your Wyoming-based business, LLC, or corporation formulation? Yes. Service of process and mail forwarding services? Indeed. Fulfill the legal requirements for small businesses based in Wyoming? Absolutely. Wyoming Corporate Office provides the communication between your business and the state, so you don't have to. Learn more by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com today.
This is Terry Winnup with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Homer Scott Field, First Federal Bank and Trust post-game show. The Broncs win this thing 34-15, 53rd consecutive win, and now move on to the state semifinals where we found out we will play Cheyenne Central here at home next week. Game time, day and time yet to be decided, but I'm most likely Friday evening, I would imagine. Head coach Jeff Maury joining us here on the post-game show. And Coach, first of all, congratulations on a big win. Got things started right away. Nice stop, and then first play from scrimmage got things rolling.
Yeah, we thought we saw something on film that this play might go, and our defense did a great job. They chose to receive the kickoff, so we kind of thought they might have something in for us on offense, and they didn't really do too much different. Our guys came out and executed, bottled up the line of scrimmage and got the ball back for us, and we were able to put that play together, and Gage got out and showed some speed out there. It was a great way to start the game.
I thought offensively you guys looked really good in the first half. You moved the ball. Guys were running hard. You didn't go to the running game early. You threw the ball a lot in the first few drives, But was that something you guys were wanting to work on this week against a defense like this to just prepare you for down the road?
Yeah. We like our run game first for sure, and we wanted to do that. But there were some things we wanted to try, see if we could do, and execute them. That first play on the pass play on the screen. I don't know if we've thrown the ball on the first play of the game all year, and caught Kelly Walsh in that. And we've got some guys on the edge that can make some plays, and so if we can get them the ball and in some space, they can do some things. We had some of those long ones called back on some shorter passes. We saw Breck Reed again get loose and got it called back on a penalty. We've got to eliminate those penalties, but we've got our guys. Nice to have Breck back and have Gage on the other side, some guys with some speed that can get down the field and threaten things. It was nice to have. And we were trying some things offensively, and then once we got ahead, a lot more run game, run that clock.
I thought a great response to Kelly Walsh's first touchdown. They kick it back off to us. Obviously, we thought they might onside it. We just had one guy back. It rolls in the end zone. We get to the 20, and Keegan takes it to the house, and that's his longest run all year.
Yeah, it was a tough run. I mean, first off, the offensive line gave him a great crease, and he hit the cutback, and then Keegan showed some pretty good speed, and he does get wrapped up a couple times, and he's just strong. He has a desire to go finish. He never finishes on his back, and got a couple defenders off, and showed some pretty good speed. And I think when we watch that film, we'll see some guys downfield blocking. Yeah. Those guys were excited to go see him and escort him to the end zone.
I thought defensively you guys did a great job all night, but offensively, obviously got to clean up some penalties. A lot of hankies on the field tonight for us.
Yeah, we had way too many tonight. Definitely got to evaluate those films, and whether we agree with them on Friday night or not. Those are things we've got to control, and against a tighter game, those can be huge. I think we had 5 in the first half, and probably 3 or 4 more. So,
and a couple of them brought touchdowns back.
Yeah, big plays, a lot of them. Blaine's touchdown, Breck's touchdown, long plays, 80 yards plus, and they're getting called back on penalties, and we've just got to clean up those things, because a lot of them, they're not that big of a play, and we've got to trust that our guys are going to break those things, and we don't have to do more than what you can do. And so keep your hands inside, reset the hands, run your feet, and just go finish.
So you get Cheyenne Central next week in the state semis. Obviously, we had them here earlier this year. You go to work now, preparing for a pretty good Cheyenne Central team. They're big and physical.
Yeah, they are. They I'll be interested to watch this in the Natrona game. They played Natrona the last 2 weeks, and up front, they're I think one of the best fronts we've played this year, and they didn't even have the guy going to the University of Wyoming, Jack Garrett, next year, and so he'll be back this year, and he changes things for them. And we had a big win here against them, and it'll be a tough sledding game. I mean, we like to think we maintain the line of scrimmage, and that's what they like to do as well. And they've got a couple of guys, they're running back and one of the receivers that are big play guys. They're fast enough to take it to the house anywhere on the field, and we've really got to keep them penned in and do a great job on the defensive end. And then when we get opportunities and good field position, we've got to score, and that's something that we didn't finish with tonight. We had a great field position and turned it over, and great field position and didn't finish drives a couple of times, and we've just got to do a better job of that.
How do you get your guys to win that line of scrimmage and be more physical, knowing going in that you've got to be the more physical team next week?
Yeah, that's something that our O-line and D-line coaches will definitely talk about all week, and they've got to play with a chip on their shoulder. And the thing is, they've got the ability to do it. They don't have to do anything that is above or beyond them. They've got to just do it with purpose every single play and make sure that we're communicating and executing our scheme. And if we do that, I think our guys can do that.
Yeah. I just love the offensive line, and those guys, just one senior, you're going to get them all back again next year. They've just done a fantastic job all year.
They really have. They've done a great job, and they're unselfish. They want to see everybody else succeed. I mean, I don't know if you could have a more unselfish position in football, and those guys don't get a lot of recognition, but they make a lot of people look good.
Well, we try to talk about them a lot on the radio just because we know how special the O-line needs to be.
Yes.
So, well, congratulations on another big win, and again, the Sheridan Bronx are in the state semis. It's been a long run.
Yeah, I think Don once told me, I think it's since 2000, maybe 8 was the first time we started that streak of semifinals, and I'm glad we're getting back there. And then we got one more opportunity to play at Homer Scott Field, and then hopefully we can earn another week from there. But we've got to focus on Cheyenne Central and these 4 days or 5 days of prep in front of us. So we're excited.
Well, that's head coach Jeff Maury here on the post-game show. And, again, congratulations. Coach is going to get to work, and we'll bring it to you again next week. The final score tonight, the Bronx win this thing 34-15. And, again, they will play Cheyenne Central next Friday. We believe it'll be Friday in the state semifinals. I want to thank everybody for joining us and listening in tonight on the radio and on our website on the live stream. For Ryan Parker, I'm Shane Parker. You've been listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.